The FNRad Snowboard Podcast is presented by Vans.
Oh yeah, I wanted to be absolutely not attractive to snowboarders.
Maybe we need an injection of that, because it'd be interesting.
And I didn't sign the contract, probably just had it in my bag for a couple of months.
And we're all like, oh, that's just banging, let her run.
We pushed each other to become better.
Front three-tailed it.
Season 5 of the FNRad Snowboard Podcast is sponsored by Wired Snowboards, the Boardroom Snowboard Shop, Crow's Nest Barbershops, Anon Optics, Tribute Board Shop in Nelson, BC, Grouse, Cypress, and Mount Seymour, the North Shore Mountains where I live. Wired snowboards are made right here in Vancouver by Rob Dow and Wired's co-owner, Pepe, who's some kind of engineering genius. The boards are rad. I spent today shrouping on the Chase 162, a must-ride powder board that eliminates back leg fatigue and helps me stick those little poppers into powder. For more information, check out Wired Snowboards on Instagram or go to wiredsnowboards.com. Jamie Mosberg is an important filmer and photographer from the 90s and into the 2000s. He worked as a staff photographer for Transworld, as you're going to hear in the interview, and he jump-started the careers of guys like Sluggo and Devun here in Vancouver. I heard about him so much in the early 90s and saw so much of his stuff that I just thought he was from here. I was surprised to find he was from California, and I was surprised to find a lot of stuff about Mouse. But he's also been mentioned on Sean Kearns' podcasts with us. He was really influential on getting Sean into the movie-making business, and the other Sean as well, Johnson. I loved meeting up with Mouse, and he was so rad to me. He just invited me over to his studio, and he even recorded some of this interview in high definition 4K on his camera. So it might make it onto our video website, which is going to be coming up soon thanks to TJ Snyder, the Snowboarding Realms. So if you are a fan of the Snowboarding Realms, then you're in for a little treat in a little while. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's go to the interview with Jamie Mosberg, Mouse. So you're from New Jersey originally, is that right?
No, New York.
New York.
Yeah, Long Island.
Long Island.
Long Island.
Okay. Long Island.
That's how they say it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
Long Beach, New York.
So I've been to New York one time, and I saw I think that's the end of the line of one of the trains, right?
Well, train goes to Montauk Point, which is about, 100 miles to the tip of Long Island.
Oh, wow.
And then I live or maybe not far, 60 miles maybe.
Sure.
And then I live Long Beach is closer to the New York side. It's like a little island that's not that far from.
Can you surf there?
Rockaway. Yeah. I grew up. That's how I learned to surf.
Rockaway Beach or something like that?
Well, Rockaway learned to surf in Long Beach, but
yeah.
I used to go to Rockaway to check the waves some days, and those
sick.
were like little mini missions. It's like a 15-minute drive to Rockaway from my house.
Oh, sick. So what's surfing like, and skateboarding, was that happening at the same kind of time for you? Or?
I started surfing because I didn't really know anything about skateboarding, but I could look out my window. I lived right at the beach, and the water's really cold in the winter, and beautiful in the summer, and there's some waves. I thought it was great. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I only dreamed of California, pictures, and you see all the magazines and everything.
Yeah.
So I started surfing there.
Yeah.
I was about 13
Like,
years old.
yeah.
And then skateboarding just came in the scene because there was a pool by the beach.
Oh, sick.
Right off the boardwalk.
Yeah.
And I saw some guys skateboarding there one day, riding the pool, and they had their Jeeps, and they had these girls in bikinis, and they had music playing. They were, and people were watching. They had a crowd on the boardwalk watching them.
Oh, that's epic.
So it was skateboarding was whoa, I gotta learn it. That's fucking sick.
Was it a drained swimming pool, or was it a skate park?
It was a drained swimming pool. They didn't have skate parks, but
no.
there was maybe one or two skate parks around, you know what I mean? But no, it was a drained swimming pool. They drained, and they would come there on the weekends or whatever and go skate there. And
so for the first 10 years or so, or 5 years, there's no cameras involved. You're not documenting anything?
I actually had my first camera when I was 13 years old at that pool. I took pictures of those guys at the pool.
Nice.
With one of those cameras you look down and everything's upside down or backwards or whatever. It's like, it's backwards, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a Yashica, I don't even know the brand.
Yeah.
The number, but yeah, it was my first camera. It was like, it took square photos.
So sick.
Yeah, I have some of them. I'll show you. But,
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
That's something we can talk about for sure. You're an archivist of sorts. Like a lot of people, like I'm talking with this guy TJ Schneider, who did everything he shot was digital. So there is no digital archive because you got it on a memory card, and then you kind of need that memory card for like your next round of things. And so like there are some videos that he has and some that he just doesn't. Some are on the internet and he can get them from there, and some aren't.
Right.
So it's not like because you've got physical tape, right?
Film, tape, more tape, hi-8 tape, digital tape, DV tape,
right?
Beta tape.
So by the time you're shooting digital, you're still using, one tape per. You're not taping over some footage to tape the next feature.
No.
That's pretty fucking awesome, actually, right? So, like, when I first looked around in here, I was like, I'm looking at these movies, like epic movies. Like, there's a box of the end right there. So, what is in that box? Like, just the digital, like the tape masters? Or
The film gets transferred to Beta SP.
Okay.
Tape. And there's an analog tape, and then in some years there became a digital version of that.
Yeah.
A digital beta cam. And so at some transition of time, everything went from analog beta masters to digital beta masters. And then, but the machines for the digital masters were a lot more expensive for me, so I kind of stayed with analog a little while longer,
Well, the quality during that transition from film to digital, the quality on film was always better, right?
I think the quality on film was better for quite some time, unless you had big money to buy the, more serious digital cameras, which were almost too bulky and, to get around.
Right. Yeah, that was like I've talked to a lot of photographers around that time. Scott Surface is kind of our hometown guy, and he held out on digital. I think he set a pixel, like when it gets to 10 megapixels or something like that. Like like at 1 or 2, it's just not even worth it because it was too grainy.
I held out as long as I could. Really, I mean, I didn't. I knew digital was around, and I saw people buying expensive digital cameras, and and I like the look of film. It just looks great, and when it transfers, it's it can still become digitally transferred, and it can even have a digital edge to it if you want to transfer your film looking digital.
Sure.
And so I used to do kind of somewhere in between, and then at some point, just film was expensive. People didn't want film anymore. I remember, I think like I was making the DC movie and on film, and then after like a year of filming, they're like, we want to film on like DVX or whatever there was, VX or like.
Right. Why would they want to do that? Like they just were like, oh, we heard it's better, or we heard it's cheaper.
No, it's just I think they were they wanted that look.
Right. They saw something and they're like, can we make it look like this? And you're like, well, not when I'm filming film.
Yeah. They wanted the depth lens, I think, versus like what film was, what was available for film. There wasn't such thing as a depth lens for film, like.
I gotcha.
A wide angle lens.
I've filmed with one of those Sony VXs. Holy shit. It's pretty easy as long as you're really tight.
Yeah, you got to be right there.
Really good fucking shot.
Yeah.
But you got to be right there. You got to be. Yeah.
But that doesn't make a whole movie. That's good for effect or good for you know what I mean. But it doesn't.
Fuck yeah.
It doesn't give a film like It's just.
What was your first transition from photography to film, or was it always a bit of both?
Good question. So I was into photography for all those years since I was 13 years old. I was always taking pictures. I wasn't really like, I learned by monthly tips in magazines.
Wow. That's rad.
That's how I learned.
Yeah.
I didn't go to school. I didn't,
Right.
I waited for the next issue of Photographic magazine.
And then you would take the tip and then go out and try it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it would just
and I wrote notes and
sick.
Experimented with things, I kept tedious notes and then, but I was always afraid to ask like the pro like photographers,
Yeah.
and I would turn photos in, and I think we're getting off the subject, but anyway, how I got into
No,
video.
not at all. No, it's good.
And video, I shot Super 8 film early on. There's like a butterfly in my fucking
That's not your pet butterfly?
wow. I mean, the door was closed. I don't know. Maybe did he just hatch or? In the beginning, I was shooting. When I was shooting photos, I also had Super 8 film. I shot with Super 8 cameras, and then I don't even recall the transition into high 8 and then to digital 8, but
Right, but so what was the first film that you shot for? Like it would have been surfing stuff, right?
Yeah, the first film was surfing film. It was actually the first film was a skateboard video for look at that guy.
Kind of love that guy.
Yeah, he's cool. He's in there.
Beautiful, actually.
Somebody's watching over us, man. That
Yeah.
kid came out of nowhere. It's Sonny Miller.
Hey.
So the first film was a surf film with Sonny. Well, actually, it was a skateboard film I made with Dave Schlossbeck.
Who is that?
Dave Schlossbeck made the early H Street videos.
Oh, damn. Okay, is H Street from here? Because there's an
Yeah.
H Street here.
Yeah.
I went there. I took a picture today because I was like, this has to be where H Street's from.
Yeah, down in San Diego, South San Diego.
No, right here. There's an H Street in
Oh,
Encinitas.
no, not from Encinitas.
it's a
I don't
different- Okay. I've never seen an H Street before. I've never seen like
I think
ABC
it's from
Street.
downtown San Diego.
Okay,
I think.
that
I don't
makes sense.
actually
That
really
makes
know
sense.
if that's
Yeah.
where they came up with it, or they lived there, or some guys lived there. I don't know.
Yeah. So
But anyway, he filmed for them.
it's like Rubber Sheep or something. Rubbish Sheep. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Was
he
one
made
of
all
those
the early ones. Shackle Me Not.
Shackle Me
and,
Not. Those are badass films.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, they were. Like he
Danny
was on the
Way's like a little kid.
So I made my first video with him.
Sick.
Right? And I was the director, producer, it was for Life's a Beach. It was
rad.
Skaters from Uranus.
I've heard of it. I don't know if I've seen it or not.
Here I have a cover.
Skaters from Uranus. Fucking Life's a Beach, too. Your archives are fucking world class.
Skaters from Uranus.
Yeah. Unfucking believable. Do you want to know what? I have seen this, and it was one of the videos that they had at my local video store. It was called Bandito Video. And they had like 5 different videos. They had
Right.
Streets of Fire, which was the Santa Cruz video. They had Skaters from Uranus. There's somebody's hairy
That's
ass.
my
on the
hairy
front.
ass in the fucking thing. They let me do that.
Right
was,
there.
I don't know what inspired me to do that. And
Unfucking believable.
Yeah.
And look at, so you've got everybody.
Dose Green shot the photo of that hairy ass. He had to get up close with the fisheye.
So you're on the cover, even, they say, The Mouse and more.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you skate in it?
I skate in it, yeah.
Holy fucking shit, dude. Look at that list of names, too. Jeff Phillips, Monty Nolder, Bill Danforth. He's an East Coast guy, yeah?
Yeah.
Ron Allen.
Detroit.
John Gibson, Craig Johnson, Jim Murphy, Murph, Dave Crabb, and the Mouse. That's fucking awesome. So were you on Life's a Beach?
I was on Life's a Beach, and then they asked me to come and manage their team.
Oh, damn.
And then in the process, because I was with the guys all the time, I was shooting photos and videotaping and basically being the media guy,
Rad.
And so, and then that's how I started getting into magazine, with Grant and that crew. And that's when I started asking questions,
Yeah.
Because my first photos weren't that good that I was turning in. You know what I mean?
Sure. Were they getting printed?
Well, they started to get published pretty quickly. Yeah, I mean, after like a few, just like, oh, what? I get it now. Like, okay, I've reached nirvana. You know what I mean? I get it. I totally get the Flash. I get, you know what I mean?
Right.
I get it now.
Yeah. No, I still don't get it.
Yeah.
I still don't.
And so at that point, I think it really changed, you know, photography wise. Then I was like getting published all the time, and then.
So that would be Thrasher.
No, just Transworld.
Just Transworld.
I pretty much just worked for Transworld for 10 years from you know, late, probably 90 or 89. 89, I was probably the first few photos published. And
Rad.
Then 88, 89, and then 90s, all through the 90s, I worked for Transworld.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
So then you had a lot of photos in Transworld Snow as well.
Yeah. Well, it was a transition from skate to snow.
Yeah.
When snow started getting in the right direction.
Did they send you somewhere, or did you?
Well, I was
somewhere
hanging out with Sonny Miller.
Yeah.
That was my roommate, and at the time, and then we were, you know, he was taking me snowboarding, and then
Sonny was.
Yeah. And then that's how I met Don Zabo and Victor Coyne. And that whole crew.
Zabo, right.
And I had known Evan Fiend from back east already, just from skateboarding, because he used to come to that pool.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, and we used to end up at the same skate parks or contests and stuff. You know,
Rad, yeah.
Yeah.
But was Evan down here at that time?
No, Evan was in Canada.
Yeah, he was in Canada for that whole like Barfoot like few seasons or whatever. Yeah. While everything was blowing up out of Calgary and then into Whistler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so sick. Yeah, he's such a legendary, like just he's nobody can find him. Nobody knows where
We
he
were
is.
like best friends for years, man. He traveled the world with me for, man, I don't even know how many years. It was like from probably right around early 90s to right up until 99.
Right. Yeah, because the story I heard on Rick McCrank's 9 Club, which is another podcast just for skateboarders.
Yeah.
He was talking about when he got on to Birdhouse, Tony flew him down to shoot for the end, which was already almost finished.
Right.
But when he came down, he had somehow set himself up in Whistler as a pro skater in Whistler. So he'd filmed a little bit with Evan. And so then when he got down here to film for the end, Evan was there. And he's like, holy fucking shit, like, this is epic, man. Like, I already know this guy. Like, it was like mellow for him. Yeah. So he only shot a few shots or whatever, but it wasn't like this like nerve-wracking huge thing where, you know, a lot of people, their first time coming down to California, it's either make or break. You sink or swim. Like, you come down and then people are at a different level or a different pace. And if you don't pick it up, then you go back to Canada with your tail between your legs. And ride for distributors up there, and that's that, right?
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, so then that was how I found out Evan shot on the end. And that's why I called you. How I called you, I was like, holy shit, you know how to get a hold of this guy? I'm looking for him for a couple of years.
I'm like, I don't know, but let me know if you do.
yeah, exactly. So the snowboarding films, like, is your first one Child Games? Is that the first?
Child Games is the first video that had snowboarding. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's like
half
shot
skating.
for shot, like snowboard shot, skateboard shot, snowboard shot, skateboard shot.
Yeah, video parts. It's a snowboarding part, skateboarding part.
Yeah, it's dope, man. It's a really cool movie to go back and watch. It was such a specific time in snowboarding. Kevin Young and Devun are the two main ones on it.
Sluggo
and Sluggo, right?
Wes Makepeace, I think
he's in there too. And there's a couple of
Milk.
There's a couple of other guys in it that are like just not from Vancouver, not from Canada.
Yeah. Local California.
Yep, some California guys. Yeah, there's and the
Shannon Hames and
that's right.
And
and then there's everybody in the half pipe section. Oh yeah, Todd's got a part in it. And then the half pipe is really brushy. It's just standing out. That's that styly brushy time. and Jim Rippey and everybody, like just all the big competitors. And
Yeah, it was the only time I got to film with some of those guys.
yeah, and like
they were the hatchet crew, you know what I mean? Like some of those guys, everybody had their crews, you know what I mean?
Right,
and,
of course.
And, Canada, that was kind of like my home. It was really my second home, you know, because Sluggo really was the one who introduced. That's how I met Kearns and Johnson through Sluggo.
Fuck.
And Sluggo was sort of the catalyst of all of that. For
That's
me,
incredible.
You know what I mean? Like, because we skated and skateboarding, and
Right.
and I was filming with Airwalk, and so I was always going to Canada to film Sluggo and Colin for Airwalk, and then Sluggo was that's how I met Kevin, everybody really.
That's so amazing.
Alan Clark and what
that whole crew, that whole Whistler crew at that time.
yeah, Bannock and well, everybody, man.
That's so sick. So then, where does whiskey wind up in your garage? Like, is that after Milk 95? Or is that 94?
Whiskey was 94.
Yeah,
so
so
it's 93, 94 season, basically.
Oh, wow. Yeah. 93, 94. And then I think they filmed 94, 95 too, maybe. For it.
Yeah.
Because they were like, we just don't have enough yet.
Yeah. No, it was like... I gave them a bunch of footage from Child Games,
right?
Basically, to fill it all out, and like I had a lot of footage. I mean, I didn't, for the level of what they were doing, it was like footage that I couldn't use, but it was perfect for them. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So,
yeah, I remember Kearns saying that when they got the bottle shot, right? Like, so Johnson went out and filmed it, and they came back, and you guys were looking at it. And they weren't sure what to do with it. They were looking at it going, well, he didn't really break. He only breaks the bottle one time. It's not that great. And you said, oh, my God, no. The bottle not breaking is the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to use that as your anchor point for every scene.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, you saw that and just knew like that. So that documentary we were talking about, the whiskey documentary.
Uh-huh.
There's a point at the end where they have Johnny Knoxville, and he says, well, thanks a lot, in Johnny Knoxville way. And then he breaks a bottle over his head. Like, I may as well, Oh,
wow.
And I thought, I said it to Sean after, they shouldn't have taken one where it broke. It should have been one.
They should have gave him like a thicker one or something.
Like just so thick, so that he was.
So it makes that sound, because what got me was that sound.
The sound.
Doink. You know what I mean?
I know exactly
when I heard
what you
that
mean.
sound, I was fucking cracking up, man.
Everybody was.
Like, they were like, I was like, this is fucking epic, dude. That was the American bottles,
Yeah. Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Such an epic moment in snowboarding. I mean, the first time I saw it, I was in Hawaii, and my Hawaiian buddy was like, you haven't seen whiskey? You're Canadian. Like, you... And then we watched it, and I remember being like, oh, snowboarding's not really like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was in denial. I mean, that was what it was that.
Well, that was at least the debauchery side of it. You know what I mean? That was a pathway for some people.
But every scene had that kind of going on. We just weren't, like, it wasn't what we were putting out to the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you would go and you would try and do well in some contest.
Right.
But really, it was all about everything that you did that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was that was an epic movie.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Really, really fucking cool. And so you get really deep into it at that point, right? Like, so Child Games, whiskey, milk, like.
Yeah, I was just going and just I had no idea, just going, and I had sponsors. I had people that were willing to give me money and travel, and the magazine was sending me around the world, and then I had budget from them, and so between the company, the companies that I did, work for, which basically shot their videos or shot their photos or ads or posters or whatever, that means to get around with those people, made it all possible. And then, so yeah, that's just.
Did you just figure that out on your own? Was there somebody that you worked with that was like they were doing it and you're like, I'm going to do it that way?
No, man, I could see that, like, first of all, skateboard was skateboarding, and then I did the Union video, I did Right to Skate, so I got paid by those Union wheels to make that video, and Life's a Beach paid for the skaters from Uranus, and then we even did one after that, the year after. I did a surfing video, Breaking On Through.
Okay.
Right. And that had some skateboarding stuff in there too. But
like, did you formulate that plan?
Oh, no, no. There's no plan. In fact, it's funny because I talk to my kids these days about plans and like thinking ahead about things and where things are going. I didn't fucking have any idea, man. Things would just unfold the way they unfolded. And I'd go for what I could, what I was, there were certain levels of like, where there's a pecking order of filmmaking, where there's in skateboarding or snowboarding or surfing or whatever, and you don't just get the best guys in the world to go with you, right? You have to be tied into the companies and have those relationships or have the trust of those people to be able to go out and do the best job that can be done, right?
Were you ever tempted to just spend all the money that you were getting on the production?
I did all the time. I would overspend. I would, and I would overspend because I could, because I was doing other work. I was working for those companies as well. Right. So they were sponsoring, so I had budget from them to make the movie, and I had to pay Evan full time, and or at least 6 months or whatever the deal was. Every movie was a little different, but so I just managed. That was the budget. That's what we had to work with. And we made it work. Always made it work. Right. Whether we had a lot or a little. Yeah. So some movies we didn't have a lot for. Right. But we made it work, and we did other work to compensate for what we didn't have, and then so it was cool because we would get the money. That's what we did all year. We would just use the money to travel and the film. We had to buy the film and deal with that. So that was kind of the one expense other than the travel, Yeah. But my travel was covered by the mag, and
that's like a double dip.
So I would just pay Evan. I would just pay for Evan's travel, and then he stayed with me in my spot.
Yeah.
It was like it was in the car. I didn't have to have another car.
Right.
It was like, so it worked out great.
Yeah, a lot of people like Derek Height I was talking about, when they go to filmmaking, like Hollywood shit, they realize, oh my God, like I was the gaffer, right, and I was the key grip, and I was I was fucking everybody. I was like the DP and the fucking and everything.
You can get a lot more done. You can get a lot more done in quicker time, and you can be efficient. And first of all, you're just shooting snowboarding, or skate. It's like you're not really thinking about this like whole movie and
script
like and script and script supervisor and the the DP and you're the DP, you're the fucking cameraman, you're the fucking focus puller, you're the you are everything.
And the talent is kind of just directing themselves.
Yeah, you're working with the talent to figure out what it is that you're going to do.
Devin's like, I'm going to spin this way towards you. You might want to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, okay.
Yeah, so it's not like a movie or a production on that level, and it's fucking the hardest kind. You know what I mean? You're wearing all the hats. You're doing everything. If you can do a good job and wear all the hats, then you're fucking good.
So you got who chose you to do the end? Like, what sponsor comes on with that? Like, who?
That was just me shooting and doing work with Steve Barra.
Nice.
And then we just were like, man, you guys need to make a movie. And he's like, yeah, we need to make a movie. And then we went and talked to Tony, and Tony's like, yeah, all right, let's do it. And I already knew from every movie that I've been making how much the film costs. Right.
So you could budget.
So I already could budget a movie in about 5 minutes.
Oh, that's epic.
And then and they were into it. They were like, all right, let's do it. And
How scripted were those in between scenes, like all that stuff?
Nothing was scripted. Nothing was scripted, man. Everything was like worked out individually.
Right.
So each person did their own thing. I was the only one that knew what we were doing with that person.
Oh, so it was,
Nobody knew what everybody else was doing. No one knew Steve was cutting his head off or anything like that.
Right. Right. So how do you budget for that shit? You guys just...
Those are all just special days that you plan ahead for.
Yeah.
How much is that day going to cost? What are we doing? Who do we
they were
need?
lit themselves on fire in that. And
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
the bullfight. Like,
Yeah,
there was
like
a
those
lot
days
of
were
shit.
there was permits, and we had to have fire department, and we had to pay triple time for cops, and we had
Really?
to, we had all kinds of
fuck.
So those are just big production days, and you try to get every favor you can, and it was fun doing those. I mean, because that taught me about big production days. Well, actually, before that, I did 98, and then 99 was 1999, and I was doing all that stuff in Whistler.
Yeah.
Up at Brome Ridge, where we brought the fake glass up there and tried to do the scenes with the bull. We made all the snowmobiles with the bull antlers and like with the special effects like rockets and everything. And
Fuck
yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah, it's just trying stuff, man.
Yeah,
I was just trying. Like I had no idea, man. It wasn't like I had some idea for it was like 1999 is like the apocalypse. It's
Right.
Nostradamus predicted 1999 was going to be the end of the world.
Right.
And we're like, all right, let's make the end of the world video. It's all apocalypse.
That's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. They, I think I heard Rick McCrank talk about them driving the vans down the stairs and shit. That was not like, there were no cops there watching that shit. They were just being...
Yeah, that was unscripted. No cops, no permits, nothing. That was just,
just driving the van through the fucking university or something, yeah? That is crazy. So, there had to be times where you were looking at it going, can I put this out in the world without getting, somebody coming knocking on my door going, hey, did you...
Well,
do this shit?
Oh yeah, there were situations that have occurred, but like whiskey was sort of the first point of like, why are we even doing this? We can't sell this. Nobody will sell this.
Right.
The distributor's like, we can't sell this.
Yeah, right.
Like we'll take a couple hundred copies.
Yeah, because if like who's liable? You know what I mean? Like that's what.
Yeah.
Even the shops.
Well, I have to sign the thing. I have to sign the papers. I have to provide the music, like cues they called them. Had all the list of the right who
owns the rights to the music.
Yeah, all that stuff. So
then used with permission, kind of.
So whiskey was one of those videos. There was no rights. There was no nothing. It was just a fucking. Just go for it.
Everybody flying by the seat of their pants in that thing.
Yeah.
Because there was so much going on. The guy when his eye cracks and the blood comes down.
Oh yeah. There's crazy stuff, man. I have all that footage.
Like raw footage of that.
Yeah.
See that if they were gonna make a whiskey documentary, they'd need that.
Yeah.
They would need that.
Yeah.
Because what happens in between those takes is gold.
Yeah.
How many hours would that be?
I don't know. It's not that many, really. It's just, it's. I have all stuff condensed,
Right.
Like we would take the DV tapes and we would transfer them to Betacam to the masters that we were using for the film.
Yeah.
And then because that's what we edited with, and so we would already rough cut all of those like little. That's what those guys did all the time. I made them sit and watch tape after tape after tape and write a list of shots that even just. I want to know what every shot is.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Here's how you do a log.
That's insane.
Whiskey logs.
Yeah.
They were.
I know that Sean, because I was telling
my
him.
living room. Just guys go upstairs and sit. Here's the tape player.
Yeah.
I plugged it into the TV.
Yeah.
And you guys just watch through all these tapes. Here's the box that you brought me, and you write down and star them. Star,
Yeah.
star or highlight if it was something funny or, highlight blue if it was whatever, stupid or...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that log I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see the writing of that.
I think I've thrown them away, man. You never think ahead of stuff like that.
Right.
Keep something like that. It's like,
right.
This is just paper in a book. I have all the tapes. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, man.
Now
Totally.
I'm sorry I threw the stuff away because it'd be nice to film everything and document it that way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing like a This Is Snowboarding documentary or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I've thought about a lot of movie ideas.
We have the
I'm like, is there a
footage.
way to use all this stuff and tell some crazy story? You
Right.
know? Or, yeah.
It's there for
There is
sure.
a story there.
There's a story.
What it is really fucking crazy. There's so much footage there. I mean, you couldn't, it just, to make sense of it all and to come up with some, you'd have to pick 20 moments or trips that were, I don't know.
Right, and the people. You'd have to
Yeah,
have the
the
people
people.
now talking about it.
Yep.
It looks really cool when they do it. I know I talked with somebody about doing a Lords of Dogtown of snowboarding.
Right.
Right? And at first I thought, okay, well, it's obviously Jake versus Tom. That was the first place I thought, nah, it was more like Palmer versus Kelly, Like,
Right.
If you're going to go with the team, because it wasn't Stacy
Right.
versus, oh yeah, it was Stacy versus, okay, I'm wrong. But the Stacy versus Alva, Tony thing, those guys are like Craig and Sean Palmer, not like, 'cause
Yeah.
Tom and Jake never like
Right.
went against each other
Right.
in any way. I just said Jake, and then now our butterfly is
Yeah,
back.
I see Jake's here.
Like, hey, that's insane. That's awesome. Did you work with Burton at all? Did you ever?
They sponsored my movies, but not to the level of Hatchet or
Right.
I shot with Trevor Andrew was really the kid that I kind of got connected to Burton with, just because he was in Whistler and he was friends with all those guys, and
Yeah, I remember thinking that you lived in Whistler or like Vancouver or something because you were so.
I would live
tied
there
in
for
with-
the winters.
Yeah.
I would have a place for the winters, and I would stay either with one of those guys, or I would just get my place for a month, or.
Did you film on sleds and stuff at that point?
Yeah, I had a sled up there that I kept at Alan Clark's house.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Al's doing really well now. He's out in Trout Lake, which is the middle of nowhere.
Me and Trevor bought sleds together
Oh, that's awesome.
at the same time.
Oh, that's fun.
We walked in the store together, man.
Throw down the
77700s.
Unreal.
Yeah. And we
That's
bought the
sick.
trailer to put them both on. And
That's fucking amazing, dude. That's
that was
crazy.
some good times on the
Yeah.
sleds, man.
Yeah. Who else was your crew up in Whistler?
It was like Alan Clark, Kevin Young, Cale Stevens, Trevor, Sluggo, Sean, those guys.
Yeah.
Who else was like cruising with us?
Well, definitely Devun, right?
Devun,
would
yeah,
come up. Did you
yeah.
shoot at Mount Seymour a little bit
I
too?
shot at Seymour a lot. Yeah, that's where I first filmed Devun.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, that's in. Yeah, there is some of that footage in Child
Games,
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
and the Airwalk videos. That's where I was like filming his stuff, like whether it was Mount Hood or Seymour.
Right. Yeah, it's so funny because Seymour was really great for filming.
Yeah, well, it was just right there. It's easy access. Everything's just easy. You know?
Yeah, super easy.
Yeah,
the
and
whole
the
mountains
views are amazing, man. I've had so
yeah.
many photos published there. It was just like the most amazing
Oh yeah.
place, like little
Yeah.
hidden gem. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I can remember because I was an aspiring snowboarder at that time and hearing like they would get up at, 6 a.m, knowing,
Yeah.
okay, we got to get there for the light. We got to get there for the snow. We got to get there before
Yeah.
everybody else. I was like,
Sluggo, we were up early, man. We
Yeah.
were like moving early every day, like no matter what, wherever we went, it was like,
really?
yeah, crack of dawn.
That's just the way to get it done.
Yep, I guess. I didn't say. I was just like, all right, we're going.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember heating them up, the hot chocolate. Oh, it's fucking cold.
So did you spend much time snowboarding yourself? Like, did you get on the board?
Yeah, with a
and
backpack, yeah.
Yeah. You were a DOP guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll set up here.
I got to take like a last heli run of the day without a backpack or,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I had my time. I had some time to go down the mountain without a backpack.
It's quite a bit like surfing, hey? Like surfing a big...
Did the same thing. I would go film the guys surfing, and then I would have to either jump up real early, but while they were eating breakfast, paddle out for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And as soon as one of them paddled out, I had to paddle in and I already had my stuff ready, but,
Yeah.
I would just jump, right? I'd get my stuff ready. I had already eaten something, and then I would paddle out and then get a couple waves real quick.
So were you in those first generation, second generation, like waterproof camera things?
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. Yeah. Because I know for the
I
longest
still have
time,
them.
it was from...
there. There's One up on the shelf there. There's one over here.
Oh yeah, right there.
The video one. That's a film one. Super 8 housing right there. Super 8 film.
That's what that
camera.
is.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick. Yeah, because there was a lot shot from the beach, right? Like before people got right up in the water, most was on those big Canon telephoto lenses or whatever.
Yeah.
Those classic you see.
Well, that's how I learned to film surfing. It was Sunny was in the water.
Yeah.
Which in the water, you're only getting a quick shot. You're lucky to get a shot in the water.
Oh, yeah. Super lucky, right?
Yeah.
Because you got to be exactly right
and those-
where you shouldn't be.
Yeah, and those cameras didn't have like viewfinders, and you know what I mean? There's no viewfinder in those cameras. You're just pointing, you know?
And paddling with fins or something?
Yeah, with fins. And
Oh,
so,
fuck yeah.
He would go and he took me to be I was the land guy.
Right. Right. He was in the water, you were the land guy.
Yeah, and that's how I started. And,
Yeah.
You know.
That guy's fucking legendary.
Yeah. He taught me
All
everything
time.
about filming, 16 millimeter film. I was shooting Super 8, put the cartridge in and go,
Yeah.
I learned how to load the film and
That's
with
unreal.
him, and then I went on the first search. We did
Where did
Breaking
you
On
guys-
Through together.
Yeah.
Then we did the search. We got the search movie after we did Breaking On Through. They saw that and we're like, wow, we need you guys to make a video for us. And then
Sick.
we went to Australia and we signed a big deal, and and then we were off around the world with Tom Curran and his crew basically.
Yeah. That was a Quicksilver. That was like a huge...
Rip Curl.
A Rip Curl, right, right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that was a trip.
The Search, that was what put them on the map.
Yeah, that was like their whole... It was Derek Hines' concept, and then we just made the first movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's amazing.
I learned how to edit, like, machine to machine on that movie. That was the first movie I edited on tape to tape to tape. 3 machines.
Yeah.
2 players and a recorder.
That's what... when I talked with Kearns and I was trying to get him to do his podcast, he's like, I'm not editing it. I was like, well, what do you do then? Like, I thought he edited the whiskey movies.
Yeah, no.
I just imagine them sitting there. I edit. I know how tedious it is.
They
It's
sat there.
crazy.
They sat there
And watched,
They
you
were
cut.
just. We would argue about things, or we would,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
that fucking shot sucks.
Yeah, of course.
But no, they were there the whole time.
Yeah.
It was their movie. I was helping them make their movie.
Yeah, right.
But when you help somebody that doesn't know how to make a movie,
You're making it.
it's kind of like your movie.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But it was their footage and their craziness and their, you know what I mean? I'm just kicking them out. Like, you guys got to go out of the house. Go do something.
Yeah.
Go break a bottle over your head. Go do whatever you want. Go get other people to do that. I don't care. That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bring me some footage home.
Yeah.
That we can transition and get to each of the parts.
I think I remember hearing that and I've seen it. Yeah, the first motorbike in the supermarket was Palmer, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Fuck yeah. But it just didn't turn out
In Tahoe.
In Tahoe.
Yeah.
It wasn't, because the one I think that they ended up using was in North Van, maybe.
That was another one.
It's somewhere else, yeah.
Yeah. No, that was another one with I don't know who did that. Hernan or Johnson?
Johnson, I think.
it was Johnson.
Yeah.
He wore the boozy costume and drove it through the store.
Yeah. And maybe, you know what, I might be wrong. I think maybe in Tahoe, Palmer was just at the door. Like, he was just like the tough guy.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. I can't remember.
I think he rode the motorcycle.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. It's so legendary. What they were doing was just so wrong and exactly what you needed.
It was for me, it was a great outlet because, like, child games, those videos, I could only do so much for the distributors to be able to, like, I just want to show how it is.
Right.
Whatever it is, that's how I want to show it. I want to hear the sound of it. I want to feel like I'm there, not just have this film and music and slow-mo and,
Right.
Like, that part's cool to, like, get you off of that. But I always I always felt like there was a need to be in the zone here and hear and feel like what was going on live. So that's kind of the style that I kind of, and it wasn't a style. That's what I wanted to do,
Well, there's some follow cam of Hosoi where I'm like, this is good camera work. This is really good camera work. You know what I mean? Like, and at the time,
well, now there's no GoPro with the stick, and you're just wide angle, and it's like weighs 5 ounces or not even. I don't even know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had a movie camera, a film that weighed 10 pounds or whatever or more.
Right.
You know, with glass and, it's not
man.
like a little protective housing that you can fucking throw off a building.
No, it's like, and then you break that lens. That's the only one you had of that. It's hard to get the exact same one.
Yeah.
Or expensive or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the equipment was crazy. And now it's like everybody's got a phone. And almost all the things that you see. It's cool to see when, like you were talking about doing a production here today. And like when I look in that's not a fucking phone shot. You know what I mean?
Right.
All right. So I got a question for you. That put us on a tangent here for sure. Were you just single this whole time? Like what in the hell? Who has a life that they can do this?
Let's see. No, I mean, I wasn't single. I did have girls that I knew around in various parts of the world.
I just mean like it's difficult to have a wife and kids. Obviously,
I actually got married to a Swiss girl, a French girl, whatever. In when was that? Right around the time of the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that would have been tough.
It was right before, actually, 97. We started hanging out, and then. So I was married, and then I was traveling. She was going with me to some trips, on some of those snowboard trips.
Yeah.
But I couldn't take her in a helicopter, obviously, and I couldn't,
right.
So it was just hard. And then she was staying here, and I was traveling, and it was just like, she's like, "What am I doing here? I'm from Switzerland. I live in Geneva. I need to be back there."
Oh wow!
And so we were together for probably a couple of years, just between that and I don't know. I'd be with girls for as long as they put up with me not being around,
Right. Yeah. That's why I'm asking. I'm like, it seems like an impossible life.
Yeah.
To settle down with somebody.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't really care. It was good. Just cruising.
But now you have a wife.
I have a wife. Yeah. I've been married for 19 years.
Oh wow.
Something like that.
So you got married just after the end came out?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Probably 2 years later, yeah.
Oh, that's rad.
A year later.
And then do you have kids as well?
Yeah, I have 2 boys.
You mentioned them, yeah.
Yeah, they're 14 and 16.
They surf and skate and snowboard and all that stuff?
Yeah, they're skateboard crazies. The little one is like a sponsor. They're both sponsored, but the little one travels.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. He skates for DC. And,
no way.
Yeah, he's got video parts. And
come on, that's epic.
He's gnarly.
So he's following in Dad's footsteps.
I guess.
That's pretty crazy.
He's following in somebody's footsteps.
When did you stop skating, on the team?
When did I stop skating?
Yeah.
Oh, probably. I would say in the early 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Before I was full-time, just filming and making movies.
Yeah. So you would skate still, even those years where you were up at Whistler?
Oh, yeah. I would skate around whatever there was to skate, Come here, Stella. You stay. Stay. Hey, you got to go home. You want to go home? Come on. You go home.
How's the legalness of the weed being legal now? Has it made it better, or has it made it worse? The same?
It's made it cheaper.
Way cheaper, right?
Yeah, way cheaper.
At first, it was way more expensive.
Yeah.
In Washington, it went crazy.
Now there's an overload of people that think, "Oh, I'm going to grow weed, and I'm going to be,
Yeah, because at that beginning, it sounded like it was too good to be true. The prices were insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I still go to dispensaries sometimes just because it's fun. It's like it's like something to do.
And you can look and see that, and then they give you the spiel. It's funny because the last time
at least for the vapor and for the cartridges or for the edibles, it's kind of cool to get them from there.
Yeah, and CBD stuff now and all.
I don't buy any flour at the shop, but
no, it's 2 times as expensive as just getting it through your guy.
Yeah.
That's so funny. It's the same in Canada. Well, in Canada, they made it federally legal. So it's legal everywhere in the country.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool. But the weed sucks. Yeah. That's legal.
Oh, really?
It's pretty bad.
Really?
Well,
Canada will always have the best weed in the world.
We still have the best weed. It's just not grown by the Canadian recognized growers, because
that is so
those
crazy.
recognized growers are these big, giant, multi-warehouse corporations that have never grown weed before.
Right.
And Canada's had this 20-year culture, 40-year culture of like microbrew versus like shit beer.
Right.
So we got like tons of shit.
Drinking like fucking Budweiser.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Right,
man.
right.
But it's like, but it's inversely expensive. So it's more expensive for the shitty weed that you get through the government, and then your guy who's been growing for 20 years that knows how to do it, it's half the price.
Right.
So it's like, but it's illegal. So
Right.
it's still illegal weed, right?
Right.
Like, we'll see what happens. I think prohibition with alcohol, there must have been some weird period there.
For sure.
You know, like Jack Daniels was illegal for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Until they just figured it out and got it to market and you know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
Yeah, they were like bootleggers or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of guys around here, they're hiring the guys that are the growers, the guys that know, you know.
Yeah,
and
because it's competitive. It's
yeah,
like
it
a
is.
competitive thing.
Yeah.
And it's big business.
Oh.
I remember when they started putting the dispensaries up, I was like, that's too many dispensaries. Like,
Yeah.
they're too close.
Yeah.
But none of them went out of business.
Right. They're like liquor stores. They're like every corner.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Is that because this is what I heard in Washington. They put out some sort of a census or whatever, like, would you smoke weed if it was legal? And maybe 50%, 51% said yes, right? Like, but when they legalized it, like 80%
Right.
of people, because you're not going to...
People aren't going to just say on the thing like,
Oh,
I'll smoke.
Totally.
You're like, hey, Martha, let's go.
But that's what happens is now it's legal, and then it's like, hey, Martha, I tried to join in the 50s, and I didn't like it, but I didn't inhale. And then they try it. They're like, wow, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's so nice. It's good that it's legal. I think...
It should be. I mean, it should be really the other way around.
It should be the other, not just almost, like absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if you really look at what's going on, I've actually one thing I've always wanted to do is make a movie like that.
Oh, that would be cool.
Like a contrasting kind of like period of time, you know, or it could be whatever, the story of a family that smokes versus a family that drinks.
Oh
you
my
know?
God,
and
that's
like,
a great.
And to have that intertwined through a kind of a documentary style, or not even documentary, it could be a drama. It could be, you know, but
where they both interact with the same police department.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like they get pulled over.
Yeah, shit like that.
Like, and they have these similar experiences, but the one's just high, and the other one is drunk. Like,
and the other one has domestic abuse and has
Totally.
like child abuse and like
Unbelievable.
fucking, and
Yeah.
you know, gets in get whatever, maybe has a crash and kills somebody,
Right.
and then you know what I mean, like
and coke to straighten out,
Right,
and just
right,
like,
right.
"Ugh." And the other's just like
right on, dude.
growing in the garden, like stoned and watching movies and making really good weird food.
That'd be a good movie, though.
Yeah, that'd be a great movie. I think it's.
I have a couple ideas for weed movies.
Yeah, let's hit it.
Yeah.
Let's make a weed movie.
Yeah. The weed smoking aliens is another one.
Ooh, that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be super good.
The great marijuana conspiracy, one or the other, but
yeah.
I got some stories.
I fucking love it. Have you made a feature like Hollywood film? You haven't made one yet?
No.
But you want to. You have the skills to do
I would
it.
love to. I definitely got some ideas, but I think what I don't have is the drive to go raise money and try to fight that fight of, you know, when I can just work on great projects and, you know, and help, you know, like.
You've stayed the course as a movie producer from skateboarding, surfing, snowboarding, and now you produce privately for people that hire you for whatever.
Yeah.
You never had to go take a 9-to-5 at some at a mechanic shop.
I've thought about it a lot of times. Things are always really like roller coastery, like with that business, you know what I mean? But the fact that I'm a photographer and I'm a filmmaker and I'm an editor.
Yep.
You know, so
and an entrepreneur.
Yeah. So
like,
I
that's
mean, I
the
can
thing.
like
It's
I have like a lot of like insight, you know, to help people in different ways. But so
sick.
yeah, it works great. I just privately just do stuff.
That's pretty fucking cool. Is there anything you want to talk about? Are there things that happened during the course of snowboarding that you were there to witness, and you're like, holy fuck, I can't believe I was there?
No, not necessarily. I think the fact that I went places and did things that I could never have even dreamed of, in they're an afterthought. You know what I mean? It's
right.
not like you when you're a kid or when you're in that growing up and you're just doing what you're doing and things are just unravel, You don't really plan. So I think that in retrospect, looking back and at some of the things I did were like ridiculous and crazy and like, I'm thankful I'm alive for one, So I mean,
yeah,
I've watched friends die, I've seen, I've seen bad things, and then close to people,
That's a recurring theme in the show.
Yeah.
That honestly, when I started, I didn't expect it in any way.
Yeah.
Like you feel it, like when Craig Kelly passed, it went through everybody in the industry, but you don't realize how many people have had experiences that were like seriously traumatic.
Yeah. I mean, like if you compare the sports, because I've been from surfing, I've been around the world, I've been in the craziest places and seen the craziest waves and whatever.
Yeah.
And then same with snowboarding and same with skateboarding. But when you sort of compare the three, surfing's pretty predictable. The waves are either fucking 6 to 8 feet and they're going to get bigger or they're getting bigger, and it's no big deal. You can paddle in 2 seconds and be done.
Right.
Or kinda. I mean, there's some scary situations, but nothing where it's predictable for the most part. I mean, unless you get hurt.
Right.
And
the people that are out there have been in those exact same waves, that same spot, in those conditions.
Right. And
so
then and skateboarding is really predictable. You know what I mean? Other than something going wrong, and and then the chance of that happening is obviously one in whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in snowboarding, there's a lot of unpredictability. With what's under the snow, with the snow pack, and so you're just out there and like you try to be safe as you can. You try to surround yourself with people that know that area, and hopefully have the best guidance possible. But even guides make mistakes,
It's true.
And so I think I don't know.
Also,
I'm just thankful,
you're kind of going to do new. You're trying to go to a new spot.
Yeah.
You don't go back to the same jump every year.
Yeah, that's right.
And film like, oh, guys are getting better on this jump. You try and find some new, further out spot that nobody's ever shown before.
Yeah. So there's danger, big danger. You know what I mean? And and so you put your life at risk, almost every time you go out.
I know Kevin said that at the end of his pro career, he looked at it and he was just like, the risk to pay off isn't worth it.
Yeah, because everything's bigger and bigger and bigger and more and more and more, and everyone wants more. They've seen it all, and what are you going to do to outdo yourself this year? You know what I mean? And that's where the whiskey guys, everybody goes in that direction. How are you going to do better next year? What are you going to do? You're going to go bigger. You're going to take more risk. You're going to do things that can kill you. You're going to So I mean, that's where the movies kind of pushed the sports to.
Yeah.
And again, I think I'm thankful to be alive. I mean, and fuck, it's cool as fuck to have gone all over those places with all those people and like, cruising with the Lokes. That's what I want to make a book or write. That's another movie.
That would be sick.
Because you don't go anywhere you go if you're with those people. You're having the best time. You're eating the best food. You're the safest. You're going to the places that are the fucking coolest, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so it's really all about who you're with and trusting them and
Yeah, if you've got a good reputation when you come into town, then the best of the local guys they're like, hey, yeah, let me show you this, like, not even secret spot, just like this great spot.
Yeah. Like we're filming, I'm going to take you to my spots.
Totally.
You know what I mean? So you're going with them. It's that relationship, you're trusting what they, and you're like, yeah, we'll work it out. And
that's rad.
But yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that in my personal life too. Like the difference between going to if you went to Whistler just as a dude and you bought a lift ticket and you went, you'd be like, I fucking don't know where to go.
Right.
This whole thing is confusing.
Right.
Like, where is all the stuff I've seen in the movies?
Right.
I can't find a jump anywhere. What the fuck is going on here? Then you go ride Whistler with Kevin Young.
Right.
And you're like, oh, you guys hit the same sort of hit run over and over and over again. So you get used to that line. Yep. And then it snows on that line and they're already used to it. It's like, oh, I see how this works.
Yeah.
It's almost a waste of money to go anywhere without a guide.
Right.
Really, like anywhere.
To make a movie, especially to go shoot photos or to go do some work on that level. I mean, you're doing work on the highest level. So, right. I mean, you know, you that's the only people that know.
Right.
That's why I never went to Tahoe.
Really?
You know? Yeah. I never went to Tahoe because what am I going to find better than Mac Dog?
Right.
What am I going to find better than Hatchet?
Right.
Who am I going to bring there that's going to do better than anybody that they're with? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just, you're just like, oh yeah, let's go hit, you know, we'll go hit that hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, what's the point?
You can't put something in your movie where your guy does a small 360 off something that's been just destroyed by somebody else.
Yeah.
Of
but
course.
it's just like you say, they've been there, they've been doing that. Rippy's been hitting those same hits for years, you know what I mean?
Totally.
He knows that same line, he knows what's there, he's just like so confident of it. It's like the skate park, you know?
Yeah.
You know, with just a different sort of cover. You know?
Yeah. When you go to a skate park, there's always some kid that basically lives at the park.
Right.
That you're just like, how come that kid's not hooked up?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to go to any other park. And if you take him to another park, he's just...
Yeah, that's why I never went to Tahoe. Who was I going to go there with, hang out with? You know what I mean?
Right.
Who am I going to call? And go, dude, can we go filming? You know, like, yeah, right, bro. I'm fucking hiking with Hatchet at 4 a.m, man. I'll see you later.
Yeah. Wow. Did you watch, so during that era, were you watching everybody's films or were you just like focused on what you were doing?
I mean, I wouldn't be watching them other than at the premieres. And
you go to the premieres
being
and
like,
and
whatever, fucking, that was cool, you know, like, that fucking too much of that. Or everybody's got an opinion. Everybody had their own thing with their style of music.
Yep.
There's, you know, which really, you know, gave their, you know, like,
absolutely.
Hatchet was all metal guy. You
always
know what I mean?
metal.
Just fucking
always metal.
You know? Mac Dog was punk rock, you know? I was like smooth jazz, you know what I mean? I don't know. No, but I liked the heavy metal too. I was really more of a mix. Like you know, my movies really just had more of a mix of, you know, it tried to take you on a ride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to kind of get you hyped up and then kind of just like mellow you out for a second, you know what I mean? And get you in the groove. And then, you know, I kind of just did that roller coaster thing in the movies. That was kind of what, I don't know, that's what I felt they needed, you know?
Yeah.
And,
and you captured the people perfectly.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple of shots that I saw of Hosoi in Child Games where it's not a Hosoi that was really documented that well.
Right.
But to see it, it's like, holy fuck, he still ruled.
Yeah, that was like the peak of his like 90s sort of his modern day career before he got into trouble, you know what I mean? And then that was like right in that zone. And, you know, I was hanging with him.
And he had the big pants and even small wheels, but still like big pool, huge style.
Yeah.
I actually, when I was seeing it, I was looking going, wait, who the fuck was that? Because I didn't recognize, he wasn't wearing his headband or whatever. And he was just like more like just a grungy style. But like so good on his board. Yeah. Like just such a powerhouse of a skateboarder.
Oh yeah, man. Right then was like the prime.
It's the best. I mean? Like raw, like really raw Hosoi.
Yeah.
In a pool. When like people aren't skating pools that much anymore. But it still is like the fucking best skating to watch.
Yeah.
I know Sluggo talked about it too, because he's like, Vert sort of just took a shit for a couple of years there.
Right.
And all these vert skaters were stuck.
Right.
Like, what do we do? Try and skate street, but get big pants and small wheels?
Yeah. No, it was crazy time, man.
Yeah. Because, like, you're this great skater, but some kid who doesn't even have sponsors is better than you at the street spots.
Yeah,
That's
totally
nasty, yeah. But that's the way. There was always progression in snowboarding, skateboarding that was like, if you're right at the edge, if you're watching this year's movie, you're going. And I don't think it's there anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
what I'm saying is you would watch it and you'd be like, how could it get any better next year?
Right.
It can't. It's got to.
It is as big as big can be.
That's it. And as styly can be,
right.
and as many spins as it can be without.
Right.
Like, I've been watching stuff, and I mean, it shows how old I am, but I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Well, that era of movies and everything is like, it's very down to slim pickings at this point. How many people are out making movies about snowboarding?
Almost none, right?
Yeah, I mean,
well, the only one
Justin and maybe and who else? That's it.
Travis, really. I guess. Like Travis, if he's working on something right now, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like Red Bull is putting out edits.
Yeah.
That if you watch, they've got some sort of hook in them that's like, okay, it's the, McMorris brothers are doing something. They're trying to write scripted ones.
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
They're trying to write like, we're going to this special place, and this is why it's special to us.
Right.
Which is like, it's
well, that's the new movie, right? That's what they did. They went somewhere for a week or whatever.
Yeah.
They can't. I don't know. I don't even. They camp out and they just
Sure.
Shit Jeremy Jones has been doing forever.
Forever.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then like pumping up the spot.
Right.
But then the old movies it was just such a thick, like you had to pause and rewind and holy fuck.
Yeah.
Every couple of minutes there was something that you were like, okay, I've never seen that before.
Right.
And I think you hit that backwards, and then you'd have to maybe go back a few tricks and be like, yeah, okay, for sure that's backwards. I don't feel like that's the way people watch movies anymore, because the movies don't come out like that anymore.
Yeah, they don't. We're in the era of quick and easy and just get it right when it happens and
2-year projects, and like it's a specific rider, and
right.
and it's called some form of balance. It's like balance or like
right.
like it always has some sort of balance theme.
Yeah, I think it's
work-life balance, and then they go surfing for a little bit, and then they show them skating. And
yeah.
But it's not like the quick edit of like the best guys and 50 of them.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's a different time for sure.
Because when I see stuff with Dano, he's like, somebody did a 10 on that 10 years ago.
Right.
Like there's no longer, you can't push the edge of it because it's just gone too far and it's too big. I don't know. I'm talking up my ass. I don't know what I'm talking about, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it feels like...
I think it's just happening in shorter pieces now. It's just happening in short form now.
Yeah.
Rather than long form.
Right. And it might be shot on an iPhone.
Yeah, it
or
could be, yeah.
Or like one of those selfie sticks with a gimbal, and you're trying to figure out, how do they cut the...
Yeah.
Is it 2 people filming, or is it 1? What the fuck is this?
I think nowadays you could take. I mean, and I've been telling Justin this forever. Just take your movie and break it into 100 pieces, and put out a piece every once a week. You could put out a piece, and that's 2 years worth of content. So you got to be quicker than that. Put it out twice a week.
Right?
And take all these things that you did. You think about how much you cut out of what you shot, and how much if you did some storytelling. And you took all those places you went and those people you were with, you could fucking tell 100 stories.
That's what they've done with. I just saw it at my friend's place. The team challenge, whatever that is, on the road with the Thrasher guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I don't know about that, but yeah.
Well, it's just like
King of the Road.
King of the Road. That's it. So King of the Road's a TV show now.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying even smaller pieces like Instagram style,
right.
Instagram TV style, 2-minute pieces that are just centered around storytelling
just
or
constantly.
Or you the best almost... of go on a trip and you put out a video like from that trip. That's people want to see this shit as it's happening. I don't want to see it next year.
Right.
That was always the weird thing with snowboarding.
Snowboarding,
working for Transworld was like when we were shooting all year long. And it took a whole year before that stuff came out.
Totally.
You know what I mean? But that was the way. So there was no internet, and there was no other way to get your Phil. So that worked in that time.
Totally.
But now it's a different time. Now you need to be able to just go out, make your shit, come back, and put it out.
You put it out
You know
that
what I
day.
mean?
Yeah,
Unless you're working on some fucking crazy project or some documentary.
2-year
or some
project,
story,
right.
Nobody's know. You're just kind of silently off. It's not like it's coming out in September. You know, so.
You could almost just curate a video from Instagram clips.
Yeah.
Like just take people's clips
Totally.
without any permissions.
Totally.
And just be like, this is clips of the week.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying like that, but I mean, you could take essentially what, like, if you went on a mission to create Instagram clips, and then put them out every single day, and at the end of the year, you took them all and compiled them into a movie with some bonus stuff. That would be a fucking crazy ass movie.
That would be a crazy ass movie.
You know?
Yeah. No, that's true.
You make every single Instagram clip alike.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that would be cool.
It could be 30 seconds. It could be a minute. It could be 2 minutes.
You just
whatever
have
it is.
that. You just have that format. Yeah. That would be. It's so weird.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. If that was what you were, if your
because
primary,
here's the time to tell really short stories. You know what I mean?
So
I don't
short.
need a 3-minute video part or a 5-minute video part. I just need 4 tricks and a fucking trip in
tip.
You know what I mean? Whatever to make an Instagram edit. We need 3, 4, 5 shots. Some fun stuff. I mean, and that's your Instagram edit, and that's your 60-second clip that you save up, and then you do whatever. You know, if you did that every week, you'd have 4 a month. You'd have 4 minutes a month, and in 10 months, you'd have a 40-minute movie.
Yeah, that would work.
Don't steal that idea.
It's copyrighted right now. You're an ideas guy, man.
Oh yeah,
I'm an idea guy.
yeah.
But my
A lot of
ideas
try.
are
My ideas
Yeah.
suck sometimes.
My ideas seem so good in the moment, and then sometimes it just.
And then when you're doing them, and then you sit in the editing room and you're like, "Holy fuck, what was I thinking?" Man?
The editing room.
I did a lot
is
of
the
fucked up
end
shit. Man.
The editing room, like where you sit down and you go, I can't even begin.
Yeah.
We need to shoot it again. Like I would rather shoot it again than try and edit what we did here.
Yeah.
This is insane. I do that quite a bit with the intros and stuff. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, that was close, but I left a couple of things in that are fucked up, and I'm like, oh, I hate editing.
Yeah.
Let's just record it again.
I think it's about trying stuff. Just try. You know what I mean? That's what I try to tell anybody that I talk to. Just whatever. It might be stupid, but at least you're trying to come up with something and be creative and going out and working hard to make something that might be just. Why did I fucking do that? You know what I mean? Why did I just spend, $3,000 to get that one fucking stupid shot? You know what I mean?
Right.
My story didn't even work, and that didn't, so there's a lot of times where just,
Oh man.
Yeah, you just got to try stuff, man. That's what it's always about. Just try, you know. If you got an idea, just do it, because it ain't going to happen unless you do it.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
If it's stupid or not. It's not gonna,
Yeah. What's the stupidest idea you tried?
Oh man, that's a good one. Fuck, I don't know, man.
You got to have some film footage of some fucking crazy shit.
All kinds of stupid stuff, man.
Yeah. Because the skits,
skits and all the airwalk stuff. I did airwalk stuff back in the day, and always do some funny stuff with like Jason Lee and like goofy shit.
What a character,
yeah. Or try just to mess with the camera and try to like do special effects in the camera, like Sluggo doing a backflip and dunking the ball or whatever.
Of course.
Or just like stuff like that. Like
that's rad, man.
So always try to do stuff,
You had a really epic career.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, thank you. Honestly, thank you for everything that you give into skating and snowboarding, surfing.
Yeah, thanks, man.
It was fucking painful to see that thing that was going kind of peter off. Like once it got to like Mac Dog and Standard, you were like, it's really gone.
Oh yeah,
like it's gone for good, I guess.
Yeah,
that fucking sucked.
I saw it a long time coming.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I bought all those URLs. I started the online video network, the Snowboard TV, Skateboard TV.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I never got far with Snowboard TV because it was just a model for it.
Yeah.
Skateboard TV was a model for it.
Yeah.
I think I did more with Surfer TV. But I bought those URLs when they came to auction. before YouTube, before everything.
That's
you know?
amazing.
And then I didn't have the money. I tried to go around a roadshow and raise money to like build the Digital Action Sports Network.
Sick.
And do skateboard TV and snowboard TV and motocross TV and mountain bike TV.
That would have been so sick.
Yeah, but I just couldn't. I couldn't raise the money, man. I fucking went and sold it. Tried to sell it. I had a broker dealer at a like fucking Beverly Hills, like a gnarly ex-football NFL player, like who was out selling deals, and like we tried to go, couldn't raise the money. It took years. I finally found somebody that was willing to build it for me and be a partner.
Yeah,
which was like, okay,
it's getting built.
What do I need? It's getting built,
yeah.
you know. And then, and it was right around that time that YouTube popped up, and a lot of people were like, YouTube, you know. Yeah. And it was like I was like building skateboard TV, like, you know, and I was able to like get it going, you know.
How did you format it? Like, did you get the rights to people's movies and stuff? Or
good question. No, it was basically skateboard TV well, at the time I was trying to get people to give us videos or get the pros to upload their own videos, build their own channels.
Oh, that's cool.
And get the companies to upload their own videos and build their own channels.
Yeah.
And on their channel would be their Facebook feed, their
that's
Twitter
fucking
feed.
so cool. How did this not pan out?
Because YouTube basically just got so big, so quick, so fast.
So then you could do a YouTube channel if you were going to do that, but they didn't do that. None of these companies have done that.
No, not for a while. I don't even think it took a long time for companies to start doing it. Kids pros were doing it for a while.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was trying to get them to do it on my system, but my system wasn't like. It was fucking bumpy. It was rough around the edges. Like if you tried to upload a video, it might not upload.
Oh shit!
You know, it might get there eventually. You might have to try 3 times.
Yeah.
You know, but once it was there, it was good. It worked. It would be. You could organize it in your channel. You know, and then you could have ads on your channel if you wanted.
Sick.
You know, or you could say no, I don't want ads on my channel. So
right.
You could make money with your channel, or you could just do your channel for free.
That's fucking so cool. Digital Action Sports Network. That just sounds good, too.
Yeah. And then it was going to be these individual sites until I had 4 or 5 of them together, and then I was going to drop them under the Digital Action Sports Network. You know, and you could go to any sport and have any channel. And we had when Skateboard TV was going, I had like 300 channels, and like we had like over 100 pro channels, and amateurs could make a channel. Anybody could. You know,
that's dope.
And there was a community section, so there was the pros that we knew, everybody we knew. You can have a channel. No, we don't even know you. Like, start your channel here in the community. Yeah. And then if your channel's fucking bomb, we'll promote it. We flip the switch and we bring it over here. You know.
That's so dope.
So that's what it was. And then I had no support, man. It was just like
it's a one
guy show. You know what I mean?
Fuck. Yeah.
I was like trying to, you know, but I did partner with them. That they were building the technology. Yeah. And the place I was working out of, the office that I was renting was in a design firm, and so they were doing the web design and all the banners and all the like little, you know, channel banners and everything, man. And it was fucking cool, man, for a while. But it just, man, it was right then YouTube. And so everybody was like, YouTube. I was like, no, come over here. And they're like, YouTube, you know, like, you know, send everybody their YouTube channel. And then so it just, and then Hello Clips came out, and then the Barracks came out, and you know these guys had backing, and they came from that side of it. I was from the filmmaking side. I was doing this so that whoever was posting the footage, whoever owned the footage, could make money. You know?
Right.
That was it. So the filmmakers could make their own channels. You know, whether it was 1 channel or 5 channels, you could have as many channels as you want. You know, like on YouTube, you can have multiple channels. Sure. You know. Yeah. And so. Man, YouTube just jumped in front of me, and I spent a lot of money to get those URLs. You know, right? I camped out on them. I fucking mortgaged my house. I spent a bunch of money that I had saved up. You know, yeah, hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know,
shit, son.
And then, I stuck with it for years. Like I don't know, 5 years. I was like
because it's that you've got your money in it. It's
I'm like,
gotta
it'll
work.
break.
Yeah.
Most of these things, if you really do something passionately, you do accumulate. I had 50,000 videos, 300 channels, over 1 million views, whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't 1 million users a month like the Barracks or
Right,
Heliclips or whatever
right.
it was, but it was like I was existed,
Yep,
And then
yeah.
I always came at it from a filmmaker side, and these other successful brands came at it from the skater side.
Yeah.
Or this
Marketing side, yeah.
or snowboarding. Even look, Travis Rice, he made the movie. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He was able to raise the money from his own sponsors to make his own movie. You know what I mean?
That's what happened.
You know what I mean?
You kind of cut out the filmer. I remember Sean Sully, talking about the filmers kind of cut out the photographers, because like photographers were top dog on all these shoots for like the first 5-6 years of snowboarding.
Right.
And then all of a sudden there'd be a filmer and the filmer would be telling the photographer, get the fuck out of the way. Like, I don't want you in my shot.
Right.
And the photographer's like, yeah, but the good shot is up close.
Yeah.
The
But if
filmer's
you want,
like-
photographers want to be on the movie on that trip where all that gnarly shit's going down, you go with them.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
their trip.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not your trip. I was a photographer. I know I worked for Transworld, but I was
Right.
also a Transworld photographer. I was like, hey,
Yeah.
you'll come along on the movie ride and you'll have all this content, so they sponsored my movies.
Right.
And then they would be along for the movie ride, and then I would just bring the filmer with me, Evan.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Or
and
if
you would shoot photos even still.
I would shoot stills. I'd have both. I'd carry a
that's
backpack.
awesome.
I carried a backpack with a full still setup and a movie camera and film and batteries for both. And like I had both.
God damn.
My pack was 60 pounds.
Yeah.
And with a tripod,
Unreal.
so I had both. And I would just be like, oh, this is a still. You got this covered on film? All right, I'll get a still.
That's
Boom.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
That entrepreneurial mind, man, you got that.
yeah.
That's good. Yeah. And so now you're still doing it, obviously.
Yeah, well,
You were
that
just
didn't
doing
work.
a
That
different
thing went down. Like
Yep.
the ship went down pretty hard with that. I just was like, finally realized like there is some point where you have to like stop things and turn them off and stop the bleeding and
Right.
move on to the next thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's other ideas. There's other things to do. So I just turned that thing off, man.
Oh, that must have been a fucking sad day. Hey?
It was a sad day, and it was like, and then I sold the URLs off little by little. Some people bought some of them, and the rest I lost because I just didn't even want to pay the bill anymore for them. I had paid for them for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Month-
Because you were that early in on the deal.
Yeah.
You knew.
Yeah, and then I just kind of was like, okay, turn that off, and what? Let me go back to what I know what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me go back because I stopped doing that for a while. I was like working on this digital domain.
Wow.
For years. So I stopped filmmaking, and I made I don't know, the last video in action sports was probably the reality of Bob Burnquist, which was in 2005.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the last DVD movie.
Can we expect something now? Would you go back to it? You gonna do something?
No, probably not. I've done it all. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's true.
Like,
If some company
I
hired
made all
you,
surf
though,
movies.
yeah.
I made skateboard movies.
Yeah.
I made snowboard movies. I would go back and work for a company and direct some projects. And, I actually tried to do it at one point, I think, for like Monster or somebody.
Yeah.
And they
Because they
didn't want to pay the money that it was. They didn't want to pay. They wanted a low-level person to.
That's what happens, right?
yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah,
Is
so
that
I think
the bottom falls out of the pricing structure of it.
Yeah.
And some young kid that'll do it for the accolades.
But you still know all that. You still have all that. I have all that producer knowledge. I know the action sports. I know, But it's just I've done it all. I've done it. So
Yeah.
I'm inspired by new things and new technologies and new businesses that are advancing our future.
Sure.
Right now, that's kind of where I spend a lot of time. And,
Oh, cool.
So for me, that's like a new excitement. It's a new level of education and to learn about blockchain and crypto and
You work on that stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
if you look at crypto and it's like that
Yeah.
it did, I bought $1,000 of it right there.
Right.
Now it's worth 100. But I'm like still holding on to it because I'm like, whatever, it is what it is.
But it is a new time. Like if somebody wanted to do something in action sports and do it the right way, like you could really write the code from scratch again right now and be into a whole new, where other people are stuck in, like magazines were stuck in magazine world.
Right.
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah,
oh,
totally.
Well, we want to be in web world now. Well, but you still have magazines. So you either need to get rid of those and just be in web world and downsize and be digital. Let people work remotely. You got to change your business model. It's just, it's not about huge overhead and giant buildings and, what I mean? It's not in media
and
anyway.
Retainers and all that
it's
stuff.
Not in media. It's all easily accessible. So I think it's a different time. But if somebody wanted to, venture into that now, there's ways to, you could almost rewrite how fucking YouTube operates, or
the next one. What the next one's going to look like.
Where it doesn't even need to be people dealing with that. If your fucking content gets showed, you somehow get a check. You know what I mean? And not even a check. It comes to your app.
Right.
It comes to your
You just
crypto,
have an app that just
it's
goes and just builds and builds.
But it knows that it's yours. It's all it's such a different time in rights protections and things that can happen now with sound recognition and video recognition and technologies and things, and so we're in another world of media, and
totally, that's
exciting stuff,
the crypto thing for me, it just makes sense.
Yeah,
it's
already there. People don't even really realize, but I mean, Venmo is cryptocurrency,
right?
PayPal is crypto pretty
right.
much. Until you move it to your bank and you go to the bank and pull it out, or you use your card and take cash out with your card, but it never started that way.
Totally.
What I mean? It digitally went from somebody else's bank to PayPal and then to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in a way, it's a digital bank. There's no physical PayPal fucking stores or locations. You know what I mean?
So they
or
don't.
Venmo.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
So it's already happening. People don't realize it's happening, that they're a part of it. But
I'm staying at an Airbnb,
and
I remember hearing the TED Talk from the guys that came up with Airbnb. They said, what are we in the business of? Trust.
Yeah.
We're just selling trust.
That's it.
The person, we aren't selling their room or accommodations or anything.
Right.
We're just facilitating a trust between two people.
Right. So if I had to do a media thing today, it would be all about that.
Yeah.
You trust. I don't have to trust anybody.
Right.
Because as I put my content out there, it's mine, and it's known that it's mine, and it's recorded that it's mine from the minute it touched the internet or touched digital domain. You know what I mean? And so,
if anybody benefited by somebody watching it,
and it's all available. Anybody can have it or use it. I'll get my share. Whatever. If they made money off it, I'll get my share.
Totally.
That is the future of media, and. For every single person that makes Instagram content, that's what should be happening for them.
Totally.
But it's not. So there's a time now.
Where's the there isn't any. Where's the money going?
No, but whoever made the video should be getting some money. If 100,000 people watched that video, or it got 1 million views or something, whoever posted the video should be getting automatically just into their crypto account
as long as it's their video.
Yeah,
because I'll tell you, I was on the post for the podcast, I poached people's photos, and as often as I can, and I think this year it's 100% of the photographers I've talked to them. I think reach out to me if I haven't talked to you and I've used your photo, please. And so what I'm doing is, because I'm getting paid by Vans now a little bit of money, I'm taking 10% of what I make for the year, and I'm just dividing it between all the photos that I've used, and then just sending that money to those guys at the end of the year, because that's the only right thing to do, right? And I give them the option to say, like, don't use my shit. And a couple of people have been like, no, don't use that. But Mikey Bassich took a picture of himself, right? Like some of his shit's selfie. That helicopter drop, The one that he did where it looks like it's insane. It's an insane shot.
Yeah.
That just caught fire on my feed and got put in front of 10,000 people.
Right.
So like if you don't own that content, so that I used it, it should still be going in Mikey's account. That's right. That's the way it should work.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. As long as you recognize that it's him, and you know, first of all, you couldn't even get it unless it was already right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it would already be known that it's his, and that's really the way of the future.
That's right.
It should already be known that
as
it's
opposed
yours.
to the problem is that it's a screenshot.
Right.
It's always a screenshot now.
Right.
Like so, I'm just screenshot, and then if there's an ink mark on it, I can just screenshot it and crop it.
Right.
And it changes the feel of the photo, but it's fucking for Instagram. People are looking at it on their phone.
Yeah, well, in the future, it shouldn't even matter. It would just
shouldn't
be
matter.
something that you'll just happen. Like you just do, you know.
I agree with you.
Do it that way.
100%.
You just do it the right way, and then you just, you know, and
then you can use the official photo.
Well,
and
if it goes on YouTube and there's some ad money that goes somewhere, at least it goes 5% of it goes to that person, or
10 or 90
whatever
or
it is.
whatever,
If their content makes up 40% of the show, then they get some percent of it, or whatever it is. I don't know, but that I think is just all going to happen very soon. It's already happening. I mean, in a way, like even like 3D printing, for example, like, you know, imagine the day that Nike doesn't have to have shoes made in China anymore, and you can just walk in a Nike store and they have 3D printing machines. You can pick your color, your size, you put your foot in a machine, it makes it right to your foot perfect. And if you like the stripe that you designed, I want that stripe on there. Boom, you get your little penny or 2 pennies from me putting that stripe on my shoe.
Yeah, dude.
And then I like the fucking the special insole, you know, design from this guy, this engineer. And then now all of a sudden you can be a designer that has for Nike, whereas really there's only fucking 10 guys or whatever, 5 guys that work for them. But really now there could be thousands of people that work for them.
Totally.
Because I can have my shoelace design, or my hole design, or my, you know, whatever design incorporated into a Nike shoe,
right?
And I'm gonna get my fucking nickel.
Totally, you know, and you put it on your Instagram channel, and like get
whatever it is.
Go to the place and get my. Here's the link to the
I mean,
to the lace
that's the future
design.
of the media, and how people will, you know, because now people are just getting robbed. You know what I mean? Like,
oof. Yeah,
people are getting robbed, and it's just not. It's
robbed.
You know, it's weird.
Totally.
So, you know, if I can find a way to preserve all the fucking content in the world that came from our era, because that's it. It's a finite amount of time. It's not like it's endless. It's
right.
This is the amount of time that it is, and if we can get all that and record it and preserve it, and then for future generations they can look back and go, this generation of this beginning of these sports, this is how it was done. This is what was shot on. Here's the footage. Here's the people talking, or here's watching the raw footage. Just even raw. YouTube could have thousands and thousands of hours of just raw tapes. You know what I mean?
People love that shit.
Yeah. I mean, you know, even just to nothing, just, you know, the sound of, you know, because the film has no sound. So I don't know. You know, it's like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that would be cool to, you know, to be able to take all that content and preserve it. Because first of all, if I die tomorrow, you know, it's not going to happen. But,
right, yeah.
You know, if it happens, that's gone. Nobody's going into those tapes. And nobody's going next door and taking those films out of the boxes and re-scanning them or nothing.
Way.
Nobody's ever going to do that. So filmmakers are dying, you know. Now from those generations are starting to, you know, unfortunately for people that have cancer or some weird things, they're going away. And what they're going to go away with them is all that history. It's all going to go away.
Yeah, you were
it's
saying
not on YouTube.
That you need the person who shot it to help color correct it, because...
Well, it's not so much the color correction, it's just be there. Because what happens is that they go there and not everything needs to be color. You don't need to sit there every single shot of every single film take, you know what I mean, needs to be corrected. But at least in the process when you're going through stuff, you can identify who that person is. That's
true.
The biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because the only person that knows and even can remember possibly who's on those films is the people that shot those films.
Yeah.
So you have to get them now while they're alive and they remember, and while their films are still good and have like, they're not like melted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not
totally.
like humidified into fucking a mass of like nothing. You know what I mean? Or they're not dried to where they just break and they're brittle and there's nothing there. You know what I mean?
really,
that's
really
going to
hope
happen
that
soon.
we can do this. Yeah. I mean, not me personally, but I mean,
No, I asked for help. I want.
Yeah.
I don't want. I'm not the only one that can do this. I know how to do it. I know what it would take. I know. I've done all the math. I've done to figure out at least the model of it.
Yeah.
But it's not a model for profit. Is what it has. It can't be a model for profit.
It's an archive for.
It's a historical thing.
Yeah.
For the history to have.
Yeah.
Forever, and that's it. That's all it is. And there is possibility to make money from it, generate revenue from it. In ways that are, because if all this content starts to get rescanned, I mean, we can probably come up with at least a couple of movies.
Oh, for sure.
As it's happening.
Totally.
Because every one of those people telling those stories, if you were to pull a piece of one story out of that time or
there's
two,
going to be some stuff that you find that is just going to be.
Well, there's stories to tell.
Anchors.
There's stories to tell.
Yeah.
So that content can become movies.
Yep.
It can become TV series based content.
Sure.
It can be Hulu series. It could be, whatever, Instagram stories. It could be you do deals with Facebook and you put that content. There's all kinds of things that can happen with it, but nothing's happening with it if it's sitting there. And so what has to happen is the process of getting it together and providing the opportunity for somebody like Mike Hatchett or MacDog, to come bring their films in and have somebody that's going to pay for all of the scanning. But I need you here for 3 months. You need to be in this community for 3 months so you can come in and work on this.
Yeah.
But that's it. After 3 months, it's done. So I'm going to pay you for 3 months.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay for the process to do it. And anything that we do with it is just going to be part of this organization it's
a great idea.
That can put this content out there in at least some sort of, media managed format,
It would be nice. It would be nice to have. Yeah. It would be nice to have.
Although, because it's not too long from now that it's all gone.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But it's absolutely true.
Oh, it's true. It's gone. It's going away as we speak. Every day it's going away somewhere where it's in some garage that got flooded or somebody's attic that's just dry as a fucking bone and hot.
Or somebody's moved and they just are like
they
looking at it going, I can't put this in my new place.
Or the filmmaker died and nobody has the wherewithal to go, why do I even want this? Like,
right.
Oh my God, that's gold. And then that person gets it and like, they're just like, what? I can't pay for all of this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, no, it's endless and it's not endless. It's actually finite, but it would take a coordinated effort, to get together with people to do that. And whether it's for snowboarding only or snowboarding and, skateboarding and surfing and motocross. And then you have all the, crusty demon stuff.
BMX,
and all the, like,
everybody.
BMX,
yeah.
I mean, And then there's the tapes. People have VHS tapes and they have high 8 tapes. And, so that's like another level of it. You know what I mean? But you start with the films because that's the most precious of the gold. You know what I mean? And then you go, there's lots of people that have 10 tapes from some historical fucking session, you know what I mean? Or some trip they went on.
Every single one of us has that, like, somebody's got
so
that.
So if there's a preservation fund that manages that and says, you submit this is what I have and this is what I'm trying to. This is what I have, and then we look at it and we're like, can this even go in our fucking like anywhere in the time frame that we have to do this kind of stuff? Can we handle this, or is this just like bottom of the barrel? Like this is never getting done because there's way more critical stuff that's coming in our doors. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what it would take to make that possible, because there's a lot of people that have that kind of stuff and they're like, I don't know what to do with this shit. You can have it.
Yeah, I
just
can't
transfer
even play
and send me
anymore.
a tape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can't even play it anymore. I don't have the thing.
But at that point, it becomes digital domain with their name attached to it, and then
That's
it
what
goes
you were
out
saying.
there into all these different things, and whatever it goes into has their little tag on it.
Yeah.
Whether it's 3 seconds, 8 seconds, whatever it is, it has a little tag on it. So now, just as it filters out into the world for the rest of existence of, the world and the internet, or what will become blockchain style internet, and at that point, then it's all good. Then everybody's like protected and has their stuff, and the world has all of the history to see.
That's so dope, dude.
Yeah, that would be a dream. That's like a dream.
I love it. You've got me completely on board. I'm like, oh, fuck, that has to happen.
We just need to find the right team that can go and get the money. Because here's the thing. You do need money because guys like Mike Hatchett don't have 3 months to come sit in here and do nothing.
No possible way.
Right? Forget about the equipment and the guy that you need coloring and the people that turning cameras on and, whatever. But so he don't have them. So he has to have something. He's a family man. He got a job. It's a job. Come here for 3 months. We'll give you a 3-month contract. Come in here and do this. And I'm going to pay for all your films. And for the rest of your history in life, you and your family and whoever comes after you is digitally insignified with this content. You know? I just made up a word, but yeah.
I got you. I know what you're saying. It's fucking brilliant. It's a great idea.
It's really easy and simple at the end of the day. It's not that hard. It's complicated. It just takes somebody to go that knows how to package this up and knows how to go raise money through philanthropy and the various ways to get it started, because that's whether somebody puts in to get it kick-started and gets it going. Because I can start right here, easy. It's all right here. That's free.
Right,
I don't need to pay me. I'm here already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But but to provide this opportunity for people, and who's at the top of the list? Who's there? What? It's easy.
Yeah.
There's 20 guys, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the world.
In the whole world.
And you got to start out small, and you buy whatever, a film scanner.
Yep.
And for $20,000.
Sure.
You can buy and I already have a Super 8 scanner, so. But that's one that does 1 frame a second. It's like it would take not even 1 frame a second. It takes like all night to do 1 roll of film on the Super 8 scanner. Right. Okay, but if you had 5 of those, they're only $1,000 each. So if you had 5 of those scanners, you could do quite a bit of film every day. You know, it's just 1 frame at a time. You come back the next day and 1 roll's done. But you have an HD scan of that film. Yeah. And then and you can buy a 16 millimeter scanner, and nobody shot 35 really. I did a little bit, but no one else really did.
It's crazy how good that looks.
And then but you could scan if you got a 16 millimeter film scanner, and you got somebody that knew how to color correct the shit. You could. That's all you need to get started. You know what I mean? Right.
And permission.
If somebody came to me and said, "I'll scan your films for you," make a deal with me. I'll scan your films for you. Yeah, I'd be like, "Okay,
fucking do it."
Fucking here. What do you need? What box first? You know what I mean? So if we had a scanning, I'm gonna build a scanning fucking thing right there.
Scanning suite,
a scanning suite, and then bring the guys in while they're watching their footage getting scanned, and they're right here. It's scanning. It's projecting on that wall right there. The scanners guys working over there, and we're saying, "Oh, this is there's Wes Makepeace. Fuck, we went to Utah. Me, Kevin Young, blah blah blah, and we did this, and then it's just archived,
and you can embed that in the video.
Yeah.
Like you can embed, that is so and so.
Then it's archived,
and then it's archived properly.
Now, whether you want to edit it, even if you don't want to use that voice, you could just take the footage. At least you know who it is and where it is and what it is and what it represents, and then
that's fucking cool, man.
Yeah. So that's kind of just a wacky idea.
It's not that wacky. It's
not.
But
I have talked to people that tell me it's wacky. I have talked to
no way.
CFC Wallace told me that was wacky. Like, yeah, it's a good idea, but good luck. Nobody's going to give you money for that.
Not yet, but that's what I was saying. Was that if I would have gone to you and said, "Hey, listen, I'm going to go around and buy up all the Sims FE 1500s and all the pre-edge shit." If I had said that to you in 1990, you would have been like, "You're wasting your fucking money, dude."
Yeah, exactly.
Wasting your money. There's no value in that.
Yeah.
But if I told you right now that I had 50 Sims boards from 1985 or 87 or something, you'd be like, "Oh, well, that's worth some money."
Well, but if you're going to sell it, it's worth money.
It's worth money, yeah.
If you sell it. If you're doing it, if you're doing that that's the mission.
Right.
But if you're doing it and you look back and you're like, "Whoa, fuck, I have all this shit." I have all this stuff. That's what I look at. I'm like, "Whoa, I have all these photos, like crazy photos, and like, what should I do something with this?
Totally.
Or should I be doing something with this, or am I like good where I'm going? You know what I mean? Like I'm going forward, dude. I don't. But if there was a reason to go backwards, I would go backwards. If somebody if I could live day to day and I didn't work, I mean, I don't have to make a lot of money, but if I made enough money where I could just like, okay, I'm cool. I'll go backwards for as long as it takes to go backwards, you know?
Right.
Because I don't care.
Right.
It's fun. That's like, I
That's what
relive
it
that
comes down
memory
to.
till I'm dead.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Those were the
Like,
best times. That's what
yeah.
I'm doing with the show.
Yeah, so if somebody's paying for all of that, if it makes it possible that we can just do what we do, just like I did when I started. Like, somebody paid my way. I just did what I could do. I bought film with the money, you know?
Yeah.
And I went out and I got these guys were all fucking stoked, you know?
Yeah.
And they weren't the guys that Hatchet was calling anyway, you know what I mean?
Sure.
He had his crew, you know what I mean? And Mac Dog had his crew. And yeah, when they went to Whistler, they want the fucking Whistler loc. They're not stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Just like if I go to Tahoe, I want fucking, you know, fucking Jim Rippey to take me around. But I ain't getting Jim Rippey. I got to go with fucking, you know, I don't even want to say somebody else. You know what I mean?
I hear you, dude.
So
totally.
and not that that's wrong, bad, because for me, it's not even about that. You know what I mean? Although I want to make the best movie, you know.
Yes.
So I'm like, it's a competition at some point. You know, you're like, fuck, how am I going to make a better fucking movie, man? My guys aren't as good as those guys. You know?
Right.
I don't get A guys. I got B guys.
Sure.
Well, I got to make cooler shit, man. I got to get more creative. I got to fucking make it be, you know, but I don't know, it is for them too. I mean, for Mac Dog, it's the same. For Hatchet, it's in their blood. It's like, that's what drives, you know what I mean?
Totally.
So for me, I'm just like, I'm going to put so much more effort into fucking whatever. I don't know what, editing, you know?
Yeah.
Music selection, like, I'm
And
going to make this
sometimes
work for everybody.
And sometimes you
know what I mean?
luck out and get those guys just
Yeah.
before they become the Hatchet
Well,
guy.
that's it. I had Devun for a while, and then all of a sudden he just, you know, kind of Hatchet
there
called
was-
him up on a couple of trips. Mac Dog called him, and all of a sudden he was with them, and you know,
And Forum,
I
and then
found a lot of
yeah,
guys. We
yeah.
found a lot of music.
Yeah.
People before they blew up. With those things, it was like you either broke the athlete or you broke the music, or we were trying to like. It wasn't even trying. You were just zeroing in on who was good that wasn't you being taken, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, you only get however many guys in a movie.
Totally.
I mean, you can't film with everybody, so you got to have your crew, you know?
Right. Yeah, it was just right now that I was realizing, like, there was a moment where you called Devun and you're like, "Where are we going this year?" And he's like,
Yeah.
"I gotta go.
I got to go with Mac Dog,
With
or I
Mac
got to
Dog.
go with Hatchet. And I was like, oh, okay. And it's like almost like a fucking girlfriend leaving you, man. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's a weird feeling. Like in filmmaking, that's a weird feeling. You work with somebody, you build them up, you get them to somewhere, but they're going to move on to the bigger guy. You know, I'm not the biggest guy in snowboard movie making,
He
you know?
still talks about you though, like it was. He recognizes how big of a deal it was that you got him where he got to.
Yeah, that's cool, man. And you know what? In looking back, again, now I look in retrospect and go, man, that's natural for anybody in any position, in any endeavor. It's you're trying to better yourself. You're trying to do better for your sponsors. Your sponsors getting political. It gets political at some point, you know, where sponsors are paying. Hey, I'm paying these guys. You need to go with them, you know.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
like, oh fuck, okay, I'm down, you know, but like he's gonna be bummed, you know.
Totally.
I had that happen to me a lot, man. I mean, you know, where guys would just, no, I'm going with this heli crew, or you know, I had a crew set up to go up at Whistler one day, and Todd Richards was supposed to be with us, and this is after he won the West Beach. You know, he's supposed to be out the next morning with us on a helicopter, and then he calls and he doesn't even call. He didn't show up at the helipad, and we're calling up. You know, fucking I don't even know who's in charge of Morrow at the time. You know, like, dude, where the fuck is Todd?
Brad
You know?
Stewart or someone,
Yeah,
like,
where the
"Come on,
fuck
where's
is
your
Todd?
guy?
Like,
Where's
what
your
the
guy?"
fuck? You know?
Yeah.
And then calling Todd, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You know? And then like, oh, dude, I got to go with Mac Dog, you know? And I'm like, what? And then, you know, and then I got to call somebody last minute, you know, like, a girl maybe, or like, you know, like
top girl.
Yeah.
top-
Like,
yeah,
you
next
know, like,
guy
okay,
down.
who wants to go? A lot of people want to go.
Everybody will go.
Everybody will go. You with the fucking Trans World dude. You with the fucking,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, it's a huge
Evan,
trip.
Evan, you know, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah. So at Whistler, you know, and with fucking Al Clark and, you know, whatever. It's like, so.
That's
you know.
gnarly. See, I didn't know any of this stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's a hard thing to swallow, and you feel it and you know it, and
Yeah.
it's just you just got to move on
And
just keep going.
is it like how it would be with a girl where sometimes you don't know? We're not broken up. Like, you just went with Mac Dog. That's fine. we'll do the next trip in Utah. I'm going to Utah. You going to be in Utah?
Oh yeah, these are your friends. You know what I mean? They're friends
Exactly.
before anything else. You're
Yeah.
like, dude, all right, later. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
oh fuck,
yeah.
fuck, that sucks, man.
Yeah, that hurts.
You know, fuck, man. I want to, but it's always at the end of the day, he's your friend.
Yep.
And you respect each other, and then you both grew up a little bit together.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And you both got to the next level, and I was never the big snowboard filmmaker. You know what I mean?
I mean, you were, though. That's the thing, is that you, like, if there are 20
It was
guys.
like the Twin Towers, and I was like the fucking,
Yeah.
I don't know, the Chrysler building or something. You know
yeah,
what I
you're
mean?
there.
Like,
You're
like,
there. Exactly.
But I knew, because my distributors would tell me. I knew what was going on. The distributors were like pretty told you what was going on.
Of
You know what I
course. They give you numbers or
Yeah.
whatever. They say, like, we did this many of these,
Yeah, yeah.
this many of those, this
Yeah, like,
many of yours.
you're
Yeah.
third, you're fourth, you're fifth down the list.
Sure,
Like,
sure.
okay, what do I need to do? Like, fuck, I gotta sell more videos. Like, how do I sell more videos? Fuck. These guys.
And then it's all
These
in
guys
the
are like,
shop, right.
I gotta go somewhere in between these two guys.
Yeah. Well, there also
With
was
less talent.
and with less budget too, right? Because
Right.
you're going to have to. They're also buying
Oh man,
full
they've got the
page ads in both magazines and
Yeah.
Heli Time and oh fuck yeah,
Yeah, it's money. You're working with, you're making.
and they were right on the edge of what they could do too, right? Like probably those guys were, this close to going bankrupt every year, and then hoping that the film sells 20,000 more than it does or whatever.
Yeah, I had no idea
Yeah.
what they had going on, but I knew for
Yeah.
me all it was about was I had a budget. This is what I lived on all year long.
Yeah.
When I got to the end of the line, if I sold 5,000 videos, I was making some money.
Yeah. Yeah.
It didn't even matter. So I would make a little extra money, but I already had my budget for next year going, and then I was like, stuck.
Hoist the Next movie this year, it was 3 songs for the credits, and it like during the credits they run the music credits, and then it says credits 1, credits 2, credits 3 for the songs.
Wow.
And me and TJ were like, what could possibly be? How could you have credits that long? But then it's like sponsor after sponsor after sponsor after sponsor after sponsor, every single mountain and every single place they stayed,
Right,
and every
wow.
restaurant. Well, maybe not the restaurants, but like
Yeah, that's why they should make a movie about each trip.
each thing. Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
its own thing, sponsored by them. Because they went to Europe. They don't want some U.S. sponsor in Europe.
Yeah.
Just go get a Europe sponsor for that trip and go with those people, those European dudes and those things. And then that's your body. You know what I mean?
I have this idea for a show. Have you ever watched Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee? It's Jerry Seinfeld. He interviews a comedian.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I want to do that with Devun Walsh, going around the world interviewing snowboarders, and they tell us about their home mountain.
Right.
And they say, this is the best run. And then we get them a home mountain to pay for the
Right.
shoot. And we get the home mountain to open up half an hour before.
Right.
For the one run that the guy chose.
Right.
And then we talk about the run. And we talk about the hits in the
Oh, yeah,
run.
that'd be great, man.
And then we only shoot on like a sunny POW day if we
Right,
can.
right.
Like on a really good day. If it's
Right.
a groomer day, we have to do a groomer day. But it's
Yeah.
like first tracks with Devun, who can ride anything. So
Right.
that's good. And who's a funny guy. If you actually hear him
Right.
talk, like he's pretty humorous.
Is that thing still recording?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got 5 hours of, and I
Your face has been covered the whole time by
fuck,
that
yeah.
thing. That's funny.
you know what, I moved. I was here like this before when I was looking.
Oh, that's funny.
There we go. But yeah, so I came up with that, and I called Devun. Actually, I came up with it. I was the host in my mind, and then when I talked to Devun about it, he's like, I thought of that same fucking thing.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
want to do it. And I was like, why don't we like battle it out? Like I'll host, like we'll pilot it. We'll shoot a couple pilots and we'll see who's better on film.
Right.
And then any pro that I talked to, I was like, it's gotta be Devun.
Right.
Because I show up at your house.
Yeah.
You're not like, oh, hey, Eric. Like
Yeah,
you don't
right.
know me. You don't, but where if the reaction of you seeing Devun again
Right.
would be money.
Totally. Yeah.
Would be that's the show you're talking about when you're putting everything on like an Insta TV.
Yeah.
Is
Totally.
like Devun. He just has the presence that Jerry Seinfeld has around comedians.
Right. Of course.
Right. It's the same thing. Any fucking pro that's never even met him would be honored to show him their home mountain
Right.
the best run.
Right.
Like, hey, I like to hit this way.
Totally,
Or
yeah.
you're going to want to hit this one switch because we're coming off the toes here, or
Right,
whatever.
right.
It would be fucking gold.
Yeah.
I think it'd be gold.
Yeah.
But we're going to shoot it. We're going to shoot a pilot.
Yeah,
actually.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
we're
what
gonna
you
try.
got to do. You just got to do it, man.
That's the deal, man. We'll have to do one in Tahoe with somebody.
Yeah, I shot a pilot with a show once with Trevor Andrew and Roman. And like, man, oh man, it's nuts. The trailer is fucking nuts.
What was the show?
No one's ever seen it. It was called, let's see, what was it called? Oh my God, man. I gotta think.
Was it a Burton project or was it?
No, it was just a
something they
project I
chose?
did with Trevor.
Sick.
We were like, oh, we're gonna do a TV series and try to go pitch it and see what we can do.
Yeah, because he's that guy. He's got that like.
Yeah.
He's so quirky now. When you see him, he's like a fucking Andy Warhol. Or
Yeah.
something.
I talk to him all the time, but
Sick.
it's like, man, what was the name of that show, man? It's perfect. Anyway,
What was his concept? Was it like
it was
bunch
just a
of
fucking.
snowboarding or
Oh, it was just like a reality show.
reality show?
Yeah.
yeah. The show
I'll
that
have to
we're
find
having.
a trailer, man. It is just out of control. It's like,
Derek Height said that he shot a pilot with Craig Kelly and Metallica lead singer
Oh,
James
yeah?
Hetfield, where it was like Craig and him were going to take celebrity like snowboarding, yeah,
yeah.
and they did one, and and it was fucking James Hetfield, and they got to party with Metallica,
Right.
Like, that was really a different time, wasn't
Right.
it? Like where it was like snowboarding and MTV. It's
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
be how do we make?
Well,
how
that's
do
why we
bring
did that
snowboarding to
pilot.
MTV.
That's
yeah.
why we did that pilot. We were like, oh, we're gonna make a show, and
Yeah. Well, because snowboarding
Dropping
was
In,
so
it was
hot.
called.
Dropping in.
Yeah, dropping in.
Dropping in. That's fucking awesome. Do you have that somewhere in here?
The
Yeah.
the pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on a hard drive somewhere. Yeah.
We gotta fucking. Dig
We gotta.
that out.
Oh, you gotta watch. I probably have it pretty close too, because it's one of those things. I'm like, man, nobody's ever seen this. It's
Oh,
like, it
that's
would be-
see. That is what I'm talking about. Is people would pay for that kind of content.
Oh,
wouldn't
that
they?
on its own, like the 12 minutes that it is like just out of fucking control.
I love it. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's
Oh,
cool.
fuck. This has been the most fun ever, dude. I could stay in here all day and start pulling stuff out of boxes. And,
Yeah.
And I noticed those binders over there. I'm like, fuck, skating in 1994.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah,
what's in
yeah.
that binder.
Yeah, there's binders I can't even like. I had to put a bunch away, and I'm trying to figure out a system and figure out what photos I need to at least narrow them down.
Sure.
I can't just have everything of everything. I got to narrow them down, somehow do an edit, and then I'll either send them to scan.
Yep.
And then I'll pick out whatever 20 so I can do my little whatever. I got a show too.
Right.
And
right.
you know.
Yeah, man.
I think that's what I'm going to call it. I have a show too, or I
Yeah, that makes sense. That's
Right?
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a show too.
I got a show too.
And then it'll be crazy stuff.
Yeah, there's a podcast that is real pilots that were shot and never aired, and it's all these celebrities that went out for weird pilots, and
Right.
it's just audio. So I don't think they showed the video.
Oh, that would
but-
be fucking cool.
But it's
man.
fucking awesome,
Yeah.
right? Like, so it's this is man, it's a work in progress, right? Like it's a
Yeah.
whole unbelievable.
Make it happen, that'd be
amount of
cool.
thing. Yeah. Jamie, we should shake hands or something. That was fucking awesome.
All right, man.
Thank you for really bringing it and telling me all about your incredible fucking life in action sports.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
It was fucking amazing.
This is cool shit, man.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do with the video.
Yeah.
A bunch of chunks. There's a chunk in that one we need to use.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the passion that you feel when Devun stops calling, or
Right.
when he calls and says, "I gotta go." To
Yeah,
other
yeah.
place." That's a movie moment.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I don't know that. That's what's the best with the podcast.
Yeah.
is the things that I have no idea where.
There's a lifetime of that.
Yeah.
Skateboarding, everything. I mean, everything. You know, it's always like a challenge to get really who do you really want? I mean, you're a filmmaker. Who do you want to be in your movie? Oh fuck, you know. Well,
Right.
I can't really have who I want. You know. Yeah, but it's not like fantasy fucking football.
Right.
It's real shit. You got to go fucking real places with real people and do shit.
Did you ever have people that were further up the pecking order say like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here," or "You don't try and poach my guy"? It wasn't like that.
No.
You make your films with your guys.
Yeah.
And you're tight with your guys.
Yeah, I had some stuff with Mac Dog. Sometimes I would like play games and like do stupid shit. Like he's at Hood with the fucking 100-foot rail with Brian Thien or whatever it is, and I'm like in the bushes with like a bush helmet and like with a long lens. Like, oh, these guys are up to something. I'm gonna hang around here and see what they're doing. You know what I mean?
That's
and
amazing.
And then having them get all fucking weird with me and say some shit, and they'll just be like, "Oh, dude, take it easy." Oh, because he missed the shot. He missed Kurt Heine missed the shot.
Right.
Or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, just fucking tell him I got tell
the
Mac
shot.
Dog I got the shot. Don't worry.
Oh my god.
So it's all kinds of shit like that. You know what I mean? But nothing ever. Like they were always respectful, respectable peers. You know what I mean? And,
right.
And it's just one of those like inside hurt feelings. You know?
Yeah.
That you just you lose your girlfriend or she tells you she don't want to see you anymore. It's not like you go around and tell your friends. It's just all of a sudden you're just you're apart, but you're sick, but you're not trying to tell your friends. Like, dude,
totally.
what's wrong, man?
Oh fuck.
You're just like, oh fuck. Who else? Okay, who's next? You know?
That would happen too with sponsors.
Some people get a chance, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, sponsors too. We're
right?
not giving you money anymore, or
and then you're like, wait, why? And they're like, oh, we're gonna sponsor the Mac Dog film or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And you go,
oh yeah, it happened plenty of times.
Oh
man.
fuck.
You know.
Yeah. So you're almost like, damn, I've promoted you guys too well.
Right.
So now you're making money. And then you're gonna move up to the next fucking pay
yeah.
scale.
I mean, most of the companies were always pretty loyal. You know what I mean? Unless they were going through hard times or something. It's not like I had Burton giving me a bunch of money like they were those guys. You know?
Right.
I mean, I was getting kibbles from Burton compared to those guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like on a $10,000 sponsorship, not a fucking $50,000 or $100,000.
But when you really do that math,
I mean?
it's not really that big of a difference. Do you know what I mean? Like 10 grand's 10 grand. It's
right.
You can make some shit happen.
Yeah, well,
with
6 of those sponsors is enough to make a movie almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it might not be enough to hire Evan full time and to go, you know.
Right.
But I've had movies that I've made for $60,000.
Yeah,
you know, even less actually. Not movies, but projects. You know what I mean? But I mean, I've made that was probably my lowest budget, 60 to 70 grand to make.
And then you got to manage that money for the whole season, the whole year.
But again, like I said, I was doing stuff
on the side to pay
for those companies,
pay your mortgage and buy your food.
Well, like Airwalk was like paying me to make videos for them.
That's
they
dope.
sponsored the movie, but then they actually paid me to make videos for them. So
that's sick.
You know what I mean? That was it was easily within the budget of the movie, and having those couple of little side deals was easy enough to travel around the world and stay at people's houses for 3 weeks.
Yeah. That's a whole other thing.
Kevin
isn't
Young's
it?
house for months. You know what I mean? Or Sluggo's house, or you know what I mean. I mean, it wasn't until later when I had bigger budgets that I was getting my own place. You know?
Yeah, and then it's hard. It's impossible to go back, right? Like you're not like have your own place for a few years, and then you're like, hey, Sluggo, can I stay at your place this year?
Yeah.
What happened to your budget? You're like,
yeah. I never really it just progressed and just was whatever. Or sometimes I would stay, and other times I'd get a place, and it depended if I was going there for a week or 2 weeks, or I was going for a month.
Right.
So that's really what it came down to.
Oh, that's cool.
If I was somewhere for a month, I mean, but if I was going for a month with that person, I would go stay with that person.
Of course, because you're basically immersed together.
Like if I go to Europe, I'm staying with Nico Droz or Bab Charlet or
Bab Charlet was so fucking good.
Or that's like those are the guys where I go stay. If we're going to Voyage, you're going with Nico Droz. If you're going to Chamonix, you're going with the Babs.
Sick.
So
I got to get Babs on the show.
Yeah, that's like he's one of those guys that I never thought I could ever. He was one of those guys that I was like. He was like very elusive, very hard to get with, you know what I mean?
Like kind of quirky, private guy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But we became really good friends, and I went and stayed there for winters. Every winter I would go stay there.
Where was David Vincent? Did you ever shoot with David Vincent?
No, maybe
he was
on one
French or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was French.
Yeah.
He lived there too.
He was fucking sick too.
Yeah, he was a Red Rider too.
That would be a good way to go too, is to go over to Europe and like steal some group of.
Well, that's what I did. I was like
Council
probably.
guys.
I mean, those guys like had Johan and whatever it is, but I was more on the newer guys like, and I could never get Daniel Frank. You know what I mean? I think one time he was supposed to come on a trip to Jackson Hole with us, and he didn't show up. You know what I mean? Like, oh wow, Solomon sponsored the movie, and Daniel, and he didn't show up.
That's crazy for me to hear all this stuff, because the first time I heard it, I was just a kid. That the guys who are in the magazines have sponsors who buy ads in the magazines. I was like, that's cheating though. That's not showing the bet. It's not It's not a true representation of the sport.
Right.
But then, fuck, dude, how do you think that the photographers get paid? How do you think that the movies get made? They can't just get made. A guy can't just go and hope to sell videos based on.
Yeah, like Burton's not giving you money unless you're filming with a Burton guy.
Yeah,
you
that
know
would
what I
be.
mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
exactly.
Who are you filming with? Oh, okay, you got somebody. Yeah, we'll give you some money to help work with him.
Right.
You know, but as soon as he gets good enough, we're going to put him over here. You know what I mean? Because we're moving him up the line.
Yeah,
you know
that's what
I mean?
TJ was kind of saying, that he had a chance to work with MacDog, which is a real big honor.
Right.
But then the sponsors didn't come through and pay the money. And I'm like, oh, so even MacDog could be working like, hey, you're good enough to be in my movie.
Right.
Now go tell your sponsor, who I've never got money from before, that it's going to cost $15,000 to get you 3 shots and a name on the movie.
Yeah, and I was never like that specific about things. I heard stories about specificity.
And I'm not saying they did, but it was something like that.
I think it was more like, hey, I only have room to bring so many people on every trip. You know, hey, I'm going to go on this trip. Are you supporting the movie? Who's available? Who do you have? I mean? Yeah. Or it really came from the other way. It really came from the writers that you were friends with. You're like, all right, you know, you got to do some shit, and I got to do some shit for you. So you need to go tell your guys that I'm going to be calling them. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's kind of how that's pretty much how it works.
Right.
Period.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Because the companies don't know.
Right.
Like even the MacDog thing. Like the companies don't know that a MacDog movie is much more valuable.
Kurt Morgan is not making a movie.
Yeah.
Without Travis Rice.
Right.
He's not making a snowboard movie.
No,
you know what I mean?
No.
It's Travis Rice saying,
yeah,
I'll make a movie with you, Kurt.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
I'm going to make the call. I'm going to get the money. You know?
I shot a couple shots in Hood with Richard Chesky. And then I called him years later and was like, hey, do you have a copy of your movie from, it would have been between 93. He's like, holy fuck, dude. No, I don't.
Right.
First of all.
Yeah, I get a lot of calls from people like, dude, can you send me those? Like, do you have that? Or, you know what I mean? Yeah, I wish. I mean, if I find it, I will send it to you.
But I'm not looking. I'm not going through everything to find. You don't even know what movie it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty organized. I mean, that's pretty I'm like, you know, and the film boxes are the same way, but it's gnarly to find people. I wish I could give everybody their stuff, but if the film preservation happens, then everybody can have their stuff.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Easy
make
enough.
that happen.
Yeah,
we
that
just
would be
need
cool.
some philanthropist
That's
that
right.
understands archival
needs. That's right. And he has a kid that loves snowboarding.
Oh yeah,
skateboarding. That's the key. You find the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I was going to work with somebody, I'd tell them, this is what you got to go do, man. You got to find the philanthropist that's got kids that loves these sports, man.
That
you
would,
know what I mean?
That would want to meet the
that's
guys.
That age. That's just at the right age. It's not like a little kid, but it's like a, you know what I mean? I don't know. They can grow up and go, oh yeah, that's our library.
We made this happen.
You know what I mean?
It's
they don't
called.
care. They got so many fucking millions. They don't even give a shit.
It's called the Carnegie Library.
That's right.
Archival footage of digital.
Action sports. Yeah,
I love that. Yeah. Awesome, man. All right, I'm gonna turn this off.
All right.
Fuck yeah, mouse. FNRad shout-outs this week to my daughter Emma, who came up Seymour with me yesterday. We had a blast, and she still rips, which is rad. I love that snowboarding is a part of her life and that she gets so much enjoyment out of it. It's so much fun to go ripping night laps with POW falling with your daughter. It is just fun. At one point she says to me, is it fun for you to be the fastest person on the mountain? And I was like, yeah, kind of, I guess, as you're kind of, you know, weaving through the jerrys that are sitting on the ground or going real slow. And I realized that she was asking because it's cool for her. She loves doing that. And I'm really proud of my daughter in so many ways, but definitely in having good style on the snowboard. That's fucking rad. All right, be sure to come back next week for another episode of the FNRad Snowboarding Podcast, presented by Vans and brought to you by SIA Productions.